All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Welcome to the All Sports All Plays Network with the All Sports All Plays College Breakdown. I am your host, Ray Cruz. We are going to get ready to get started. I'm bringing on my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend from Who's to Blame podcast, Dre Montez. Welcome, brother.
What's
Welcome
going
back,
on?
baby.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, we missed the first 2 weeks. We missed the show because I've been displaced. And I'm back in a apartment now. Might hear a little bit of noise because I am in the center location of the apartment. The living room's out front of me, and the boys' bedrooms are behind me.
Okay.
I'm in the dining room area.
All right.
So that's my new office for the time frame for the next year or so, until we get everything straightened out. So, Dre, how you been doing, man?
Man, I've been doing better than good. I was on a little vacation myself from April 29th until September 1st when I was back rocking and rolling with Montez at midday and Who's to Blame the podcast. Everything is going good, man. You looking good, by the way, brother. Looking good.
I try, man. I try to look good and everything here. We got a lot of things to cover here. For your first 2 weeks of the thing that we have not discussed about, how do you think the football season is going so far for you?
So far, so good. I mean, as a Florida football Gator fan, last week did not pan out too good. But as we discussed last year, we knew what the schedule was going to be like. We kind of knew that going into what the anticipation was going to be as far as the matchups the first 4 weeks. I usually with college football, there's a time you can say, well, I can miss the 11 o'clock game. Or, I can wait till the 6:30 game. Or, I can wait till the 10 o'clock game. I think they have figured out a way to have us captivated by the television at all hours of the day with this college football schedule that they have. I love it.
Yeah. And let's talk about your Gators now a little bit here about last week. South Florida come in, all this thing. You think now Napier is definitely on the hot seat? A lot of people here in Jacksonville, a lot of people in the sports news world that have come across this past week on Gator, podcast here locally with the 1010 XL crew. They're talking about how they want Napier out of here. So what is your thought? Is Napier on his way out now? Is this the final straw for him?
Yeah. This is the straw that broke the camel's back with that atrocious play calling. You can point the blame to the quarterback coach, offensive line coach, offensive coordinator. But when you're the head coach, you're held responsible. The accountability is beyond the apologetic effect that he's trying to give, which I don't like his excuses. I don't like his body language. He's not Gator material. Give me John Gruden.
Yeah. And then let's talk about Carson Beck in Miami. 2-0 start for Miami. Carson Beck moved from Georgia to Miami to go with his girlfriend. Then they had a story that he broke up with his girlfriend. The girlfriend took his Camaro or Corvette or whatever. That's why he moved down there. Now, the start of the season for them, they're looking pretty good. Today, they got to go against that South Florida team that beat Florida last week. Do you see any difference of Carson Beck from the Georgia to the Miami days right now? Is he looking better than he did at Georgia?
It's too early to tell for me. The jury is still out on how I feel about this whole Carson Beck, the way he went out and what he's doing now. We can't compare him to Cam Ward. That was a whole different situation. We got to get out of that mode of trying to compare these players with who they replaced or who was there before them. We got to let them create their own narrative, their own story. Let's watch what happens, what transpires. We've had teams and coaches and fans say things the first 2 weeks of the season that we've never seen before. The expectations are high on programs that barely missed it or finally have that transfer guy or that incoming kid they've been recruiting since 6th grade. I want to see if the proof is in the pudding with USF. I haven't forgot what they did on the field last week, taking the photos with the Gator jump. I have not forgot. I'm petty. I'm bitter. I want the U to get it done today. I need Carson Beck to understand this is a different school. Understand the opportunity. Understand the task at hand. Stop looking down the field so much every time. Take what's available to you.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too. Let's go a little bit of soul searching here. Let's talk about Florida State. Florida State and Gus Malzahn coming over. He stepped down from UCF, goes to Florida State as the offensive coordinator. Norvell's got that team rolling a little bit here under Gus Malzahn, with a little bit of transfer of the quarterback from Boston College on top of that. How does you think a Florida State team, will this will sustain, or will it, come to a head when they go up against Clemson in like a couple of weeks?
It seems the way that Florida State has played so far this season, it looked like they've been watching old Bobby Bowden films. It seems like they have been watching some old Bowden films, from the swagger to the outcome of the game and the way they're looking ahead. They're not. They're concentrating what's in front of them. And a lot of football programs, just like fans, we get caught up in a matchup that's 3 or 4 weeks down the line. If we concentrate what's in front of us, handle that first, and then go to the next obstacle, it's like a person running the hurdles. They don't look at the 4th hurdle. They take it one by one, right? One by one.
Yeah, that's true. And then the elephant in the closet that we haven't really discussed, Texas and Archie Manning started off against Ohio State. Didn't look too good. They're 1-1 in Texas. Is Ohio State better than what they were televised so far, in your opinion, or is this going to be a cooling off point for Day?
I'm not going to lie. I don't like the head coach's swagger, the way he talks to the media, his body language. I don't like none of that. But I did not expect the Ohio State defense to be that way. Everybody always talk about the offense and the coach. The offense and the coach, the man boobs that's always showing. They always talking about that. Nobody has talked about that defense, Ray. I did not expect that from that defense. Under the radar.
That's true. I understand that. Now, LSU coming out. They're 2-0 right now. They got the big game today in Death Valley, the true Death Valley, they call it, and Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge. Your Gators are going in there. We're going to talk about that later on, but let's give you an opinion about LSU right now on that quick start.
Without their fans, LSU would be 0-2. Their fans are 12th, 13th, 14th, too many men on the field type situation. That crowd down there in Baton Rouge is different. It's different. We have to figure out a way to switch the mechanism and block out the noise tonight. We got to figure it out. Maybe bring a live gator on the field. I don't know.
I don't know. That tiger might take him out.
Hey, I may give me a pet gator and call him Louie. That's what I'm
Louie.
I don't want a dog or a cat no more. I'm getting me a gator. His name going to be Louie.
There you go. So you got Ohio State ranked number 1. Number 2 is Penn State. LSU number 3. Number 4 is Oregon. Number 5 is Miami. Number 6 is Georgia. Number 7 is Texas. Number 8 is Notre Dame. This is the top 25 AP. Number 9 is Illinois. Illinois beat Duke last week. They're 2-0 on a good start on Villanova. That thing. What do you think about this Illinois team? Are they ranked too high right now?
I couldn't hear you. Broke up. What was that?
Is Illinois ranked too high right now?
I gave Illinois and Mizzou more credit. I watched them a lot last year, Mizzou and Illinois. I have a few friends that are huge Illinois fans that have been enlightening me on what to pay attention to. Their linebackers, their defensive line, their receiving core, their coaches. They're building something to fight in the lineup. From what I hear, I'm gonna give it another shot. Give them another shot. I need to see more, Ray. I need to see more.
Okay. At number 10, Florida State comes in. They were not ranked at the preseason. They come in at number 10 now at 2-0. South Carolina ranked number 11 at 2-0. Clemson 1-1 at number 12. Number 13 is a surprise. Oklahoma at 2-0. How do you think about the quarterback for Ohio for Oklahoma right now? Directing that ship, directing Venable's career, probably saving Venable's job right now. Is this going to keep going? Is this going to keep going up for Oklahoma this year?
That was a good test for Oklahoma last week. That was a really good test because, Boomer, Sooner, they have a way of tricking the fans with the preseason hype in the first 4 or 5 games. I want to see if they can stretch that out, keep it going a little bit. Again, too early to tell, but that was a good job last weekend. That was a good job. Now, we understand what's going on with Michigan behind the scenes. You still got to do game prep, coach. You still got to do game prep, right? So I like what OU did last week. I need to see more evidence on them as well.
Yeah, that Michigan and Oklahoma game last week was pretty dope. They gave a lot of praise for Michigan's quarterback Underwood, and then he went out against Oklahoma, and Oklahoma really stopped him on that thing. Now Michigan ranked number 23, but let's keep going on down the rankings here. Number 14 is Iowa State. Number 15 is Tennessee. Number 16, Texas A&M. Number 17, Ole Miss. Kiffin's got that Ole Miss team going at 2-0 right now. And it's a surprise right now. Number 18, South Florida, 2-0, going up against that third-ranked team today against Miami on back-to-back weeks. If some people say if South Florida beats Miami today, they should move up in the top 5. What are your thinkings or your opinion with everybody else if they beat Miami today?
If they beat Miami, and we got to look at the scores and the matchups of the teams ahead of them, they're definitely going to crack maybe the top 12. Maybe. But I don't want to get – if they beat Miami, how did they beat them? I need to see that. How did they beat them if they go about it that way? If they do that. I need to see a little bit more of the temptation factor. I'm trying to put this screen on this other damn thing, and it's making me mad. I hate technology sometimes.
Then a surprise, Alabama at number 19, behind the South Florida Bulls. Who would think Alabama will be behind the South Florida Bulls in the rankings at number 19?
I tell you what, Alabama has changed the whole sermon on Sundays. They have really shifted the way the preacher man talks to the pulpit and the people on Sundays down there. Due to that, I never thought a football team would be responsible for what the preacher man says on Sundays. But down there in Bama, woo, look here. It's a whole lot of things going on in college football. But if Bama does not figure things out, they're going to figure out a way to reach that individual that won that lottery in Texas and say, look here, we need you to do us a favor. Buy this contract out, and let's go talk to Coach Saban again one more time. But bring his wife. We need to close this deal. Let Bama have an issue today. I know. Yeah. One more time this year. That's crazy that they lose one more time. That man is gone. That dude's gone. That's a shame.
Is he gone before the season ends, or is he gone after the season?
Let them lose one more game. He's going to call his wife from the field in the locker room. Honey, go ahead and pack up the kids and leave. But we got to get our stuff. Don't worry about it. Leave now, because they coming to the house. They going to come to the house and do a town hall meeting on that man's front lawn.
At number 20 is Utah. Number 21, Texas Tech. Number 22, Indiana. Number 23, Michigan. Number 24, Auburn. And number 25, Missouri comes in and rounds out the top 25 of the AP. So are you surprised at any of the rankings right now on this week's rankings?
I'm shocked that Texas didn't slide further down. I think they stayed up because they are Texas. And the hope and probability and possibility of them doing better, moving further along in the schedule. I think Arch Manning got the jitterbugs out of there. I think they're gone. That scared him at the Ohio State. That scared him. That many people, my first time on the road, pressure. Pressure.
All right, let's go to the message here. Damian Hernandez says, "What's up?" He wants to go to question of the day. All players should be suspended for spitting into. Well, talking about the spitting and all
Yes.
that.
I would kick him off the team. You're not allowed to be in the transfer portal. You're going to go to class and get your degree, son. And you're going to wear a mouthpiece to every class and a mask. I'm going to teach you something. That I haven't been that angry at college football in a long time. In a long, long time.
Well, since Florida took
that was horrible, man. That is beyond. That is the most pathetic thing you can do as a human. I don't know what can be said to you to make you want to do a Ace Ventura type loogie on somebody. I mean, he chucked that up from the bottom. What happened on the NFL, that was a spat. That was borderline assault. Criminal charges should have been filed on that young man from Florida. Yeah. I would have kicked him off the team. I don't care who you are, how many stars you got. You're going to leave up out of Chuck. See you next year, son.
Yeah, I think the combination of them spitting is coming from the NFL, what Carter did. But also you got to understand, too, Carter reacted. Nobody's seen what Dak Prescott did to Carter until the NFL cameras showed a video of it.
Dak spit down. Dak spit down. He spit. Two wrongs don't make a right. They make a left turn or a U-turn, depending on where you got your driver's license. But my point being, all three parties should be done with football. I'd have hit Dak and homeboy with $1 million. Anger management. And matter of fact, I want you to build not one house. I want you to build your jersey number houses in the community. Yeah. I'm going to hit you where it hurt it. Yeah. Because these kids are doing exactly what they see the grown-up idiots do. Yeah. They're doing exactly what they see.
Gotcha on that one. I understand that. All right, let's get started with our college breakdown. We opened it up here with some good conversation about the college football. Let's break down here on Saturday at 12 p.m. on Fox. Number 4, Oregon goes into Northwestern. They call it a high school stadium, Northwestern Medical Field at Martin Stadium. The temperature is going to be 67 degrees in Evanston, Illinois, and Oregon is favored by 26.5 points. Total 49.5 is the total points in this ball game according to ESPN bets. So let's take away this game here. Is Oregon going to run away with this ball game, or will Northwestern give it a little bit of game here for us?
Look here, Oregon is on a mission. I'm sorry, Oregon is on a mission to just take out the opponent right away. As fast as they score, they have a good defense, good offense, their special team. They all locked in to whatever coach told them in the game plan. I love seeing programs when everybody gets the message. Everybody check their phone at the same time. Okay, let's go. That's what I like to see. They execute well. They blocking out the noise. There are 9,000 uniform combinations. I'm all in on the Ducks. Now, the mascot got to keep his head on, though. Got to keep his head on.
How about Dante Moore, the quarterback for the Ducks, number 5? He's sophomore, 6'3", 206 pounds from Detroit, Michigan. He has 479 yards passing, 6 touchdowns. He's got a QBR of 81.2, ranked number 19th in college football. So, will he keep his going up? I mean, he is right now 34 out of 44 attempts, 77.3% completion. So he's averaging 10.9 yards a play on pass, and the longest pass was 65 yards. So what do you think about Dante Moore? Nobody knew about this kid. All of a sudden, he just come out of nowhere, replaces Bo Nix, and now he's in Gabriel. Now he's taking it off. Let's go here. Let's talk about Dante Moore a little bit here.
I like what Dante Moore is bringing to the program. He's not reminding you of anybody else was there. He's coming in and being his own QB. That's what we were just talking about when we first started off the show. Replacing somebody, whether it's at the quarterback or receiving core, people kind of get locked in. Are you going to be better? You're going to show us what he did. What he's doing with that offense, they're giving him plays where he can execute. Whatever happened in the offseason, It seemed like they bonded at the receiving core, the offensive lineman. Everybody is on the same page. And I love seeing young quarterbacks, especially with that size. 6'3". Okay. We're not too big. We're not too tall. You're big enough and you're agile enough to complete the mission and task at hand with the type of plays they're giving him. He's not looking downfield too much. That's a good QBR to have, even though it's early in the year. And with their schedule, the numbers are going to get better.
Now, look at Oregon's defense. Oregon's defense in the first two games, they only given up 16 points total out of the two games there. 13 was the most last week against MTST, Missouri, I guess, from MTST. And then Oklahoma State, they killed Gundy's team in Oklahoma State. So 69-3, 59-3. They are just motoring right now. But their game is coming up here. This game against Northwestern, a Big Ten opponent, a little bit more, another Big Ten opponent because he's opened up with the Big Ten in Oklahoma State. So what do you think about right now with Fitzgerald and Northwestern's got to do to slow down Oregon today?
So that's just like the Ohio State. We're looking at it one-sided. We were just thinking about OSU offensively. It's just like with Oregon, depending on where you're raised at. Oregon, we looked at them lopsided. We just kept looking at what they can do offensively because what the Ducks have been doing offensively, kind of reminiscent of 90s college football. But now you switch it over. That defense is being motivated by wanting to watch the offense. There are a lot of college football teams where the defensive side are doing their job because they want to sit and watch what everybody's talking about, what the offense has been doing. And that's a good recipe for success if you're a good collegiate football team. When the defense is finally catching on, let's keep that offense on the field. They're making our job a little easier. But the defense like to play too. And that's good seeing. Even though it's early in the college year, I like the way Oregon's defense has been showing up. And today is definitely going to show.
Who are you taking in today's ballgame?
I'm taking them Ducks. As two out of the 6 Dre kids are Oregon Duck fans. So I'm going with Oregon.
I got Oregon too on this one here. All right, next game here will be at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta. 78 degrees. Georgia Tech 2-0. Clemson comes in at 1-1. This is going to be a dogfight for Clemson today at Georgia Tech at Bobby Dodd. How do you like what Georgia Tech is doing so far offensively and defensively? It's a change from the wishbone to now a spread.
I tell you what, I think about 2 years ago we were making fun of Georgia Tech. But behind the scenes, Georgia Tech did something that I think is very interesting. Not the head coach. They went and got out. They went and found a recruiter of Georgia athletics that everybody knows in Georgia. Players love him. Family members love him. Everybody loved this young man. They have been building something behind the scenes. It's not done yet at Georgia Tech. We're not going to 1991-92 co-champion with Washington, the Huskies, Georgia Tech. But Georgia Tech is not the laughing stock no more. I think this game today is going to be a little bit tougher for Dabo and Clemson fans than what they thought. I'm taking Georgia Tech. I'm taking Clemson, but Georgia Tech is going to scare them in this game. They're going to scare them.
Okay, you're looking at that. Right now, the Clemson Tiger is favored by 6.5 right now.
Woo! What's the over-under? I probably want to play with that.
52.5.
See, I would mess with the under in that. I would mess with the under. That 6.5, it sounds good. It looks good. But I know what I saw with Clemson already. And I know what I've been watching with Georgia Tech. At 6.5, I don't know. But I like the under in that. I like the under.
Let's talk about Klubnik. Klubnik is this highly recruited athlete that comes in, and he hasn't really shown that he is that Clemson-type quarterback like they had in the past, with Watson and Trevor and all that. He came in as a running quarterback, supposed to be an athletic quarterback, passing quarterback, but right now he's sitting at 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions so far in the season in the first 2 games. That's not a good ratio for your quarterback.
No, I think for the first time, Dabo is trying to please the naysayers, the bots, instead of doing his job. You know, we know how he feels about the transfer portal. We know how Dabo is when it comes to that. We know how he likes to talk to his players. We know that what his expectations are. But just by the first 2 games of the season, it seems as though Dabo is doing something I never thought he would do. He's reading the message board. He's paying attention to the memes, and that's something that no college football coach should do. But Dabo has fallen into that, let me see what they are saying. And it seems as though he's listening to the wrong people. Go back to you being you, Dabo. Go back to that. You dabbled on the transfer portal. Okay, good for you. Way to get caught up with the times. Now go back to being you. Because that was not the same Clemson last week. I don't know who that was. I want to see how it prevails today with what they worked on this week and his message to the team. I'm going to pay attention to that.
I mean, right now, ESPN matchup predictors got Georgia Tech 55.1% to Clemson 44.9%. So right now, people on them saying that Georgia Tech is going to defeat Clemson. I'm going with Georgia Tech at home today. I'm going against you on your pick today.
Okay,
I think Georgia Tech at home will be better than what people have seen so far. I think that running game is going to attack Clemson where it's going to hurt. And then if they can get some dabs on the open, some receiver downfield, that could put some pressure on the Clemson's corner. So that's going to be the key. Clemson has to take away Georgia Tech's running attack.
Yeah.
That running attack starts that passing game. They got to make Georgia Tech stay in the pocket and pass the football. Because right now, their leading wide receiver is Stockton, who only has 6 receptions for 91 yards in 2 games. So.
I tell you what, we were calling Uga, Georgia Bulldogs running back you. So who you think is getting the other running backs in the state of Georgia? Georgia Tech. What's on the way at Georgia Tech is frightening. There is another Derrick Henry, and Georgia Tech has it. He'll be there next year. What Georgia Tech has coming, let them get a quarterback. Let them get a quarterback with that leadership coming in there. Georgia Tech won't be a preseason top 10 next year.
They could be right there. I mean, ACC is wide open this year. I mean,
very wide open.
Except for Carolina. I think Carolina's going to be in the doghouse in the bottom. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And Belichick and all that going to North Carolina, how that played out so far. It didn't look too good against TCU. It looked a little bit better against Charlotte. We had no quarterback position. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Let's talk about this Oklahoma game here. Oklahoma, number 13. Oklahoma City plays Temple today. So, my friend. Temple, they don't give Temple a shot. 15% chance for Temple to beat OU. OU is 85%. Both teams coming in 2-0. Oklahoma is favored by 25.5 points. They're going with the under of 51.5 for the total of the game. So they're going with the under total of 51.5. Do you take the over on this one?
I'm taking the over on this one. The way they beat Michigan last week and what Sooner fans are expecting, the expectations are high. Oklahoma and Texas fan base, they look ahead more than they pay attention to what's in front of them. That's the only thing I don't like about those fan bases. But the way that OU played that game last week, they're going to come out here and put it on Temple. They may put up 70 points today. They may. They may get the memo. They may understand the assignment that everybody else got last week. What was it? 8 games, 9 games, everybody put over 50 points? It could be that bad. That game, if you're a Temple ball player, this when you tell Sarah and her friends, don't come to the game.
Right now, their Sooners quarterback is right now, according to some people, is leading the Heisman right now as of play started so far in the first 2 weeks. John Mateer, he has 662 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. QPR is 79.4. So let's talk about John Montez from out of Texas. So what is your opinion on the quarterback right now? They got the quarterback they wanted. They got him. Now he's proven that the system is working for vulnerables. What do you see right now out of him?
What you just said, it's working for him. I can't talk about Heisman this early in September. Can we make it to Halloween? Can we
No.
make it to Halloween? Can we? If we can make it there, then we can talk Heisman. Right now, it's too early to tell. But right now, it's working for him. It seems as though they're both on the same page for his communication. The players are getting it, the coaches are getting it, and the student, the quarterback, is understanding the assignment. That's all you're looking for this early in college football. When you're coming into a program, you're changing up offensive scheme, and everybody is getting the same message. That's what I'm looking for. It's the hidden intangibles of the game that impress me.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking right now. Temple is 14th in the FBS in total defense with 211.5 yards per game. Passing is 119 yards per game, 15th. But they really haven't played none. This Oklahoma team is offensively is racking up right now over 451.5 yards per game, 39th in the FBS. Passing is 331 yards per game, 14th in the FBS. And the rushing is 103rd right now. So, I mean, right now the passing attack is the main focus right now for Oklahoma. If they can stop the passing attack, they might have a chance of winning this ball game today. But that's going to be hard to do because Montez rolls that pocket around. He doesn't stay in one place. His launch points is totally different. So you got to disrupt him by keeping him in the pocket and try to not let him go out and do what he does with his legs. Because when that gets that going, this can go up and down the field for Oklahoma like it ain't going to be nothing. This won't be pretty for Temple.
I mean, those days, those very reminiscent times of OU having a quarterback that can run and throw. Run and throw. That's something. That's something. That's a special thing that a lot of quarterbacks bring to the table on the collegiate level that I like seeing when it's executed the right way.
Yeah, this is the concerning point for Temple right now that I've seen. Temple is 99th in the FBS, averaging 63.5 yards, penalty yards per game, compared to Oklahoma's 42th rank with 41.5 per game average in penalties. So, I mean, both teams are heavily penalized team. But you got number 42 ranked in penalty, and you got number 99. So the mistakes going to be in this game. Who can make the minimum mistakes and least penalties can win this ball game? I got Oklahoma. Who you got?
Boomer. So, OU.
Okay. So we both agree on that one. So we agree on two out of the three so far. So, all right, my friend. It's supposed to be a game lifting up. Wisconsin comes in at 2-0. Number 19, Alabama's 1-1. Who would thought going into Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 85 degrees, that Wisconsin will be the undefeated team going into this ball game? How does Alabama rebound and how does Alabama turn around this season? And this is the start right against the Wisconsin Badgers.
I mean, last weekend, Bama put up a lot of points as expected. I mean, but at the same time, we're going back to that first loss, the season, to open up the season. The comparison to Nick Saban, the numbers, the tenure, the name, the school, the location, and the conference, all that comes to play. The shifting of football in college is a little bit more harder to accept and acknowledge than in the professional level. College people can't believe that a change is going to come. And the way it's rippling through Bama, I don't think Bama fans saw that. And it was a well-equipped vehicle when he got it, when he got the vehicle. He had to change too much to still drive that car. But I don't think the car was listening. You know how some people got to touch their car back in the day before you hit the gas pedal a couple of times. You got to talk, girl, I need you to start up for me now. And you finally hit that sweet spot and start up. That's where he is at with Bama coaching. He got to find that right group that understand what he's trying to say. Because right now, if it keeps up the way he's coaching in Bama, tomorrow's sermon going to be a little different. They're going to end up walking in town to that man's house if he has a hiccup today against Wisconsin. Yeah. I think a special press conference Monday at 2 p.m. will be coming. Sorry, 9 a.m.
Do you think that Nick Saban's coming back?
What's Nick Saban's wife's name? Miss Patty?
Mm-hmm.
They got to talk to her. If you want any former coach in the SEC to come back, you must go through the oldest daughter or the wife in order to make something happen. It's all about Nick Saban's wife. Go to her first. You go to coach, he ain't gonna talk to you. You go to the network, no. Go to his wife. Make it the right opportunity. It has to make sense in order for this to break down. Because you got to figure out, you got to buy his contract out. They're gonna fire the coach. You got to get through this year with an interim coach, with everybody fine with. If Bama lose today against Wisconsin, they're going to collapse the rest of the year because they're going to fire the coach. They got to make the seniors who want to go to the NFL look good. They got to finish that out. But for the rest, they got to lock in for next year. If Bama lose today, that's what's going to happen. The sermon tomorrow in church is going to figure out a way to get Nick Saban back in Bama. Church collection is going to go up. Everybody going to go all in monetarily and trying to figure out a way to get somebody in there to coach that team. It's going to be a former player that they still love, a Coach Saban.
Yeah, if you look at it this way, though, you look at Alabama's offense, it's ranked 33rd in the FBS. Defense is ranked number 37th in the FBS. They're going up against a 71st FBS team in Wisconsin's offense, but Wisconsin defense is ranked third in the FBS right now, only giving up 179 yards per game. Now, if you look at the passing game, they're only giving up 145.5 yards per game. That's 30th. But rushing, they're only giving up 33.5 yards a game. That's fourth. That right there is a standing number that I'm looking at because Alabama wants to establish the run first and then get Simpson involved second. Now you're going up against a team that is only giving up 33.5 yards a game so far in the first two games. Something's got to give today. What's going to give for Alabama to get this victory? Will Wisconsin defense give up the rushing game, or will they have to pass the ball against this Wisconsin defense?
They're going to have to bring out the Swiss Army knife. They got to do everything they have to do. They have to go in the bag today. But on the same note, Ray, what if this would have worked for Bama? Let's say Coach would have came in and ran the table last year, got them in the playoff, went further in the playoff, went far in the playoff, came up a little short, but went far. Let's say they started off let's say this matchup, two undefeated teams. Would the conversation be there about is the Tide back, or we got a new leader with the Tide? We never missed a beat since Coach Saban. How would Bama Nation be then if this would have worked out? But at the same time, about today's game, they can't worry about if we let this big play happen, if we lack on run defense, if we're not holding the receivers accountable on the edge. If they go out here and play SEC Bama football, it would be no problem. I think they've been trying to do something that they're not accustomed to doing. Playing from behind, counting on the defense to make a stop, talking about what's going to happen on special teams. Those are things Bama never did before. In front of us, they knew the job. I guess today, the Tide will tell about the future of that team and the coaching situation. Because somebody getting a job with a great school after this weekend is either going to be in Bama or it's going to be in Florida. Somebody getting a job next year. And today is the day people going to find out.
Yeah, I understand. That's a good thing, too. We're going to take a quick break real quick here, get everything reestablished here. We're going to come back, and we're going to finish up some of the 12 o'clock game, 12:45 game. We're going to go talk about Central Michigan at number 23, Michigan, South Alabama, number 24, Auburn. And then we're going to come back and talk about Louisiana against number 25, Missouri. So we'll be right back here on the All Sports, All Plays Network. I'm Ray. That is Dre. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the All Sports All Plays, the All Sports All Plays College Breakdown. I'm Ray. This is Dre. We're back here for the first show of the season. We missed the first 2 weeks because of my displacement and trying to get everything straightened back up. But we're here to finish out the college football season here from week 3 all the way down to the playoffs and the championship game. We will be hosting the championship game like we did that one a couple years ago. So we're going to get back. So we're gonna have all the things, and then we got. Let me bring this.
They hanging up signs on college game day. I'm gonna do it too.
That's funny. That is hilarious. That is.
Rudy
funny.
was offside.
All right, let's go into the 12 o'clock game on the Big Ten Network. Michigan at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's going to be 64 degrees. Michigan is favored by 27.5 points, total of 43.5 according to ESPN bets. What do you see in this ball game? You see Michigan getting back on track after that, whatever happened in Oklahoma. This is going to be a game in Central Michigan wants to have here against Michigan, but Michigan right now is favored by 96.1% according to the ESPN matchup predictor. The 3.9% they're giving a chance for CMU to beat.
The thing about Michigan is what transpired and what we know since they won a national championship. They need to give the trophy back. I need Harbaugh to make a statement. But until then, I can't look at Michigan the same anymore. One game suspension that was self-imposed. No accountability. No one's talking. Truth to the matter. What they did was egregious. And it's hard for me to comment on Michigan in a positive way on that football program. The way OU beat them, good. I wish Central Michigan had it in them to pull this off. This is no App State situation. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think Michigan's going to win the game in a convincing way. But I don't see them putting up like 56-3 or anything like that. What Michigan did was just wrong. And these are grown people that was involved in that. And nobody has said a thing, right? Nobody. But they're allowed to keep that championship. They're allowed to keep that championship. Wrong. Just wrong. If that was the SEC, we'd have took everything. We'd have took everything. For some reason, that conference treats people differently. Don't know why. Don't know why.
That's the Big Ten for you. I mean, they trying to compete, trying to keep the championship, trying to keep the numbers with the SEC, trying to make them saying they're the better conference than the SEC.
No way in life the Big Ten is better than the SEC in anything.
That's their opinion on that thing. That's what we're looking at right now.
Maybe water polo.
Big Ten thinks they are.
Yeah.
But if you look at Underwood, he has 393 yards passing total so far in the first 2 games. He's 30 out of 55, 1 touchdown. Labus for Central Michigan, the Chippewas. He's 16 out of 24, 1 touchdown, 145 yards. And the rushing game, Haynes has got 284 yards total rushing out of 35 carries, 4 touchdowns. And then Corvus is 113. And if you look at the numbers, Michigan is dominating the Central Michigan players. If you look at all of that, even the wide receiver is not even close. 122 to their leading wide receiver, 78. Mm-hmm. So the defense has got to get better a little bit here for the Chippewas to have any chance in Ann Arbor. We know Ann Arbor is going to have over 100,000 people in the stadium. I mean, it's always sold out. I don't care how bad Michigan really is. They sell out. You don't give fans. So the fans are going to be there. This 12th man is going to be there for them in this ball game. I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be close at all. I think Michigan's going to handle this. I think this is going to be totally a wash. I got Michigan in this ball game. Who you got?
I got Michigan as well. Give the
Right.
trophy back, Michigan.
And who you taking to Alabama, Wisconsin? I forgot to ask you.
I'm taking Bama in that one. Taking Bama, but I want Wisconsin to come out. Put your chest out in the first quarter. Let me see what you got.
Okay, Damon posted a question. He said Bama should call John Gruden or Urban Myers to coach. Maybe they can turn things around for them.
Now, I did hear that Urban Myers. That's another guy. You got to talk to his wife. You got to talk to his daughters. But that's another thing. His name has popped up again. But it has to be on Urban's terms. Alabama, that's too much pressure. Coach not going home. Because he's going to get in there and do his A Beautiful Mind Russell Crowe character. He's going to get in there and do his Vincent D'Onofrio from Law and Order. Criminal Intent. He's going to get in there and just do too much. He needs to go somewhere where he can have regular working hours as a football coach. If Urban Meyer wants to get back in the mix. John Gruden, let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him cook?
Yeah, let him. Let him do whatever he wants to do. He got John Gruden been sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting. The NFL don't want him. He needs to come on to college, bro. Come on, we got you. Let's bring the Chuck E. Cheese back again. Let's bring Chucky back again. John Gruden. Give me that visor and that hair going everywhere. Yeah. And bring his son along as a strength and conditioner coach. Bring him too.
All right, let's look at it. 12 o'clock, one of the 12 o'clock games on FS1. Houston Christian versus Nebraska. Down at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska here, 83 degrees. Nebraska's favored by 45.5. The total is 54.5 for the ESPN bets. How do you think right now is Nebraska's coming back under Ruth?
Too early to tell if they actually back. The Black Shirts, the Cornhusker Nation. The volleyball team is still the talk of the town in the corn. But I'm taking those points. I'm taking the over in that one. I'm taking the over. That sounds very delightful right there. Very, very delightful. Give me some of that.
I mean, if you look at Nebraska's quarterback and Raiola, he has 57 out of 73, 607 yards, 6 touchdowns in 2 games. And the rushing game under Johnson is 39 carries, 2 touchdowns, 248 yards, and receiving. They just dominate right now out of the backfield, the quarterback, and the receiving core again over this Houston Christian team, which is 1-1. I don't think this is going to be a close game. I got Nebraska blowing them out big time here. So you taking Nebraska also?
Of course. Give me them Cornhuskers. Shout out to the Black Shirt Nation.
They're going to be running into cornfields tonight. There'll be a lot of cornfields in that end zone.
I'm all for coaches doing practice after a game, win or loss. I'm all for that, Coach. Keep it up.
All right, we're going to do a little bit of a rapid fire real quick here. Townsend at Maryland, who you got?
Fear the Turtle. Give me Maryland.
I got Maryland also here. William Mary at Virginia, who you got?
Who Virginia playing?
William and Mary.
Give me Virginia.
I'm taking Virginia also in this one. It might be a good game than what we are expecting here. Sanford at Baylor. Who you got?
Ooh. Andrew Luck, I think he got another year to do some things out there. They need to change that up.
Sanford, not Stanford. Sanford.
Oh, okay. Sanford. And they're playing who?
Baylor.
I'll give me Baylor all day.
All right. Memphis at Troy. Who you got?
Give me Memphis. Give me the Memphis Tigers.
You taking Memphis? I'm going to take Troy on this one. Troy played good against Clemson until the end. Buffalo at Kent State. Who you got?
Give me Buffalo.
You taking Buffalo? I'm going to take Kent State. All right, South Alabama. We'll go at 12:45 to SEC Network to Jordan Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama, 84. Hugh Freeze has got this team playing pretty good right now. 2-0 to start from the rank number 24. Auburn's favored by 24.5. Total points is 54.5 in this ball game. So Hugh Freeze, have a good job as Hugh Freeze done this season at 2-0. They're doing pretty good. How does he sustain Auburn going into this SEC coming up on this overall game, then leading team into the SEC.
I think the more and more Cam Newton has talked about that program and what he did there has really opened up to the recruiting. It is opened up on the expectations of the players that are already on the roster on what they can and cannot do. In the words of Bill Belichick, of doing your job. What he has done with that school so far, it has been not high or below the bar. They're doing what Auburn should be doing in the SEC and being Auburn. They're doing what they're on the right track for everything to match up well for them. But they haven't shocked me yet. They haven't done anything like, wow, I can't believe Auburn done that. Maybe it's too early. Maybe I haven't seen that right matchup for them yet. And it definitely won't be today. But I got Auburn winning this game.
Yeah, I look at it this way too. I look at the South Alabama team is not going to be a joke. It's not going to be a joke to play around with. The last few years, they've been up in their top tier of their conference and stuff like that. So you look at it right now, they're 1-1. Auburn is 94.4% chance of winning according to ESPN predictor to 6.6 against the Conference USA team in the Jaguars. But if you look at it too, the quarterback Arnold right now, Davenport has the advantage in passing yards over Arnold for Auburn. But then if you look at it, Cobb has got the rushing. Bullett's got the rushing also for the Jaguars to 234 yards, over 195 to Cobb. And then you look at the wide receiver core. I mean, right now, if you look at the stats, Jaguars look like they're going to dominate on paper, but we know what it says. You talk good on paper, you got to put it on the field. It's got to translate. Mm-hmm. Jaguars could give this is going to be a closer game than I think it's going to be. I think the Jaguars will be right there in the fourth quarter. But I think Hugh Freeze's mentality, I think he's got this team going in the right direction. I think the winning mentality is going to be there in this thing. But they're not playing a very big team here. And if they stay close, that's going to give me a little bit of doubt going into the SEC conference play. But then again, I think Auburn will win. I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I think it's going to be within a touchdown of this victory. But I'm taking Auburn in this ball game also.
Good.
So,
what does question say?
The question: would y'all go Teddy Bridgewater a college coaching job after what he did with his players at Florida high school?
Didn't Teddy sign an NFL roster with somebody?
Yeah. Let me see what he signed with.
What Teddy did with that high school was awesome. I get it. There's certain things you can and are allowed to do and not allowed to do as a high school coach nowadays. Whether it's a public, private, whatever it may be, there's certain things you can and cannot do. But when coaches do good things that you're not supposed to be doing, it overshadows the whole story. I'm glad the kids came out and spoke on his behalf about what really happened. I'm glad the school board came out and said, hey, we understand what the coach did, but unfortunately, we can't allow those things to happen. It's part of the program. But we hear this time and time out about kids and their home life away from school, what they're going through when teachers and educators and mentors and coaches step in. It's a problem in certain situations. But this was a great thing that he did. Don't know what's going to happen with him being assigned his backup NFL contract. But I couldn't see him going to college as a head coach right now. Maybe as an assistant coach somewhere, or position coach, quarterback coach, running back coach, offensive coordinator. Let me see that first before we go that far, put him in a college program.
Yeah, if you look at it too, Teddy Bridgewater right now is playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay, there it
is. He's the backup quarterback there.
There we go.
And let me touch a little bit on this question here. I agree with you on certain points here. I don't think he's go straight to a head coaching job in college. Coming from a high school level, you have to either do a position coach, then lead up into the coordinators, then lead up to a head coach. And in my opinion, that's the right way to do it. But then again, certainly his pedigree showed in coaching in high school is a little bit different than going into college and trying
Yeah.
to coach a team like that. And you have very little success for people coming in as a head coach in football and from the high school level. Not saying they have some been great about it, but still, again, it's a little bit different than you go in football than you are going into basketball straight out of high school and
Right.
coaching ability. So you got to see what he can do as an offensive coordinator. You got to see what he can do as a team. He's got to manage a little bit more different. He's got to be more of a CEO than a coach, really, in college football than you are in high school. High school, you're hands-on because you're the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. You're the overall CEO. You got some people calling plays, but they're not really coaching.
Right. What you say goes in college. I mean, high school.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got a little bit more difference there. So I think the impact there is going to be a little bit different now. Will we see it? Possibility when he gets done playing the NFL. We don't know how that's going to go. If it's going to be a 1-year deal, and then he goes back doing something else. Maybe Ted Bridgewater don't want to be a college coach. Maybe he likes to stay in high school level. Some people like that. Some people like to be in the mentors.
I love coaches that are comfortable where they at.
So I mean, that's a little bit thing too on that question. It's a good question, but I think that's what we're looking at right now. All righty, my friend. New Hampshire at Ball State. Who you got?
Ball State.
I'm going to take Ball State with you on that one. UConn at Delaware.
Give me UConn.
Yeah. I'm getting that too on that one. Villanova at number 2, Penn State.
Give me Penn State. Give me the Nittany of the Nittany of the Nittany of the Lion.
Yeah, I'm taking the Nittany Lions on that one. I'm with you on that boat there. All righty, my friend. Let's see, 1:00 game.
Oh, we got some inclement weather games today, buddy.
Oh yeah. We got something going on here with that. Let's see, 1:00 game here. I didn't even put that on my schedule real quick. Let me do that real quick here. Let me go here.
Well, I think it's raining in this Northwestern game.
You think?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be raining at Bama game. I think I saw another.
This game is going to be on ESPN Plus and SEC.
I'm starting to appreciate the Big Ten Network college game day show. They're different.
All right, my friend. Let's talk about Louisiana at number 25, Missouri.
I got some buddies that are going to that game.
You're located in St. Louis, Missouri. What is the feel for Missouri football, the Missouri Tigers, in your area?
Well, there are a couple of Mizzou bars in my area, but I said this last week on my show. I know Mizzou is in the SEC, but when you look at the football team on TV, you can't tell that's the SEC team. It looked like a Conference USA team. It just looks weird to me. They don't have that. I don't know. There's no hype. They're playing Louisiana. There's no hype. Most people are going to this game because the tickets are real cheap. They can go. It's not a big matchup. Mizzou, late September, October, then we'll see. There's no hype. It's more of a hype of going to a Mizzou bar than anything, than the hype of Mizzou being ranked at 24, you say?
Yeah, the 25th.
Yeah, the schedule hasn't opened up yet. I think Mizzou has 3 more games before we get into the thick of it.
Yeah, it looks different without Luther Burton on the team, though.
Luther Burton the third.
But I do have him on my fantasy football team. He only scored me 1 point.
It's early.
That's why he's on the bench.
Yeah, it's early.
But I mean, I agree with you too. This is not really an SEC opponent they're going to play. This is not really what they're going to tell Yeah,
I
they're
can't
playing
tell you.
Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns.
Yeah.
So I mean, I agree with you too. There's a 27-point favored here, So I mean, and it's going to be ridiculous. I think they're just going to destroy this team. I think it's going to be more than that 27.5.
I think Mizzou should win this game comfortably. Now, if it was the Raging Cajun softball team, I would be rolling with Raging Cajun. But Mizzou at home, sitting on rocks. Give me Mizzou.
Yep.
Maybe, what's the over-under?
I may get back to it. The over and under in this ball game is 47.5.
Oh, yeah. Let me get all that. Let me get that.
Oh, that.
I don't know when Mizzou first SEC matchup is. That's the game I want to see. That's the game I want.
I can tell you that in a minute. Give me 1 second to get it put back up here. Full schedule for Missouri. All right, Missouri's got Louisiana, and then they play next week, number 11, South Carolina.
Oh, we're going to know then. Right there. Right. Then we'll know next week, Daddy. Uh-huh.
They're playing at home. They got
don't matter. Them Gamecocks different.
Then they got Massachusetts at home. And then they play number 19.
That's easy.
So the next 2 out of 3 games after this game here, they got South Carolina and Alabama. Sprinkle in Missouri, UMass.
And Mizzou have more home games than anybody to start the season. Sums up.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got all 6 games have been at home. Haven't been on the road. Who does that?
What's going on? That's weird. That's weird.
And then after Alabama, they go to number 24 Auburn. Then they go to Vanderbilt. Then they back home against number 16 Texas A&M. Back home against Mississippi State. Then they on the road against number 13 Oklahoma to finish out with Arkansas on the road.
So you mean to tell me Mizzou gonna win 2 more games after today? No, 1 more game after today, based on that schedule. Based on that schedule and what I've seen this year so far from Mizzou, they're gonna win 1 more game after today.
Possibility.
Don't look good down there in Columbia or Como, as the folks here call
it. So what you're saying that Missouri's gonna go? They'll beat Louisiana. They beat Louisiana. Then they're gonna beat UMass. So and they're gonna lose to South Carolina, beat UMass, lose to Alabama, lose to Auburn, lose to Vanderbilt, lose to Texas A&M, lose to Mississippi State, lose to number 13 Oklahoma, then lose to Arkansas.
Yeah.
They're not gonna win any SEC games.
What? No.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
The only bowl they're going to is a cereal bowl.
This man right here on your screen, get the picture, take the picture, said Missouri is going to go 0 for in the SEC this year.
They're going to go 0 for Winfrey in the SEC. I don't see it. That team don't have it. They don't have it. They don't have it yet. And if they do win, let's say Mizzou does have a winning record, they're going to lose their head coach. They're going to lose him. He'll be up out of there.
Yeah, it's a lot of things about him going around that he could be if they fire the head coach at Florida. He could be the one and
no. No, don't say that to me. No, please, no. I don't want nobody from Mizzou going to Florida.
What?
No. God, no. No, I don't want that. Let him stay over there. Let that coach stay at Mizzou and probably go on the West Coast. But you don't come down here. This ain't for you. No. Mm-mm.
That's not what they're saying. They're saying that he's like one of the top candidates.
Whoever they are
to do that,
they can take that talk somewhere else. I want him. I want John Gruden in Florida. Give me Gruden.
Now they've been in talk with him too.
I want him bad.
Sometime.
Because he is him.
All right, my friend. All right. So we're at the Penn State Villanova. Now we're getting to the big game of the day. One of the big games of the day at 3:30. ABC number 6, Georgia versus number 15, Tennessee in Knoxville at Neyland Stadium. Both team comes in at 2-0. This game was pitched because of the quarterback that left. Now we're going to get to see what Joey Aguilar, the Appalachian State transfer, can do against a big-time SEC defense. College game day is in Tennessee today. Big thing. Tennessee hasn't beat Georgia in a while.
Been a long time.
Been a while. I guess since Farmer was there. So
See, everybody has a way to beat Georgia. They show in games while playing Georgia. The scores show that they're winning the game. But something funny happens while they're winning the game. They forget that that's Kirby over there. And they forget there's too much time left on that clock. And that's when teams do crazy things that the defense can take and smell. They nervous. Ball gets slippery. Routes get tighter. Georgia defense on the quarter comes up. They put you in situations to do things as a player or as a coach at that moment of doing things you know you shouldn't be doing. Then on the other side, sometimes Georgia gets too greedy and too cocky, and we'll have a low-scoring first half because Georgia's trying to do things that is not becoming of Georgia's football team. Georgia's always had a good defense and running game. They haven't had a passing game in a long time. We know for a fact they're going to stretch the field. We know they have fun and play with the tight end position. But stopping Georgia's run game, could they possibly have a 3 or 4-headed monster in that backfield with the transfer portal, incoming freshmen, and upperclassmen? They have that in that running back form. If it gets too complicated for them to figure out when it comes to passing the game and the short game for them. But at the same time, Georgia lost a lot of people to the NFL. And the expectation of that program and hearing the noise about Georgia Tech, and hearing the chant and the banter that Georgia has lost a step. Kirby pays attention to all of that. So sometimes he comes up trying to rev things up on the gas pedal offensively and defensively. He plays that tough man in the mouth SEC football. Will we see that Georgia to start the game? If we do, Tennessee going to have a long day. Now, if they come out real complacent, we'll have a 14-10 halftime game. And that's not falling in Georgia's hands because Kirby loves making halftime adjustments to come out and intensify the game, offensively and defensively. That's what I want to pay attention to. And the way this game should have been a night game instead of mid-afternoon. This has been a great night game. But I like this matchup. It's a good one for Georgia and definitely a field test for Tennessee. But I'm taking UGA in this one. Close game, but give me UGA.
Okay, I'm going to look at it this way here. You're looking at the Bulldogs quarterback, Gunnar Stockton's first true road game start, 4th overall. He is 2-1 as a starter. Stockton can scramble, run for 73 yards in the opener. He's thrown for 417 yards and 2 touchdowns this season. But let's flip it on the other hand. We're talking about the Volunteers quarterback, Joey Aguilar, will be making his SEC debut. He is his 27th start as a bowl subdivision level, the transfer from Appalachian State, which I said earlier, by the way of stop at UCLA, got to experience Neyland Stadium as a starter last week in the home opener. He is 15-11 overall and 2-0 at Tennessee. So that's what you're looking at there. You got one just playing his first true road game, and you got Joey Aguilar, who had played in Neyland Stadium last week, but is 2-0 at Tennessee. He's 15-11 overall as a quarterback. He's averaging 267.1 yards passing per game with 5 touchdowns. Passes already. Smart call. Aguilar can really good. He's a good athlete. He can run and scramble. He's very quick. He's agile. How does the Georgia defense take care of a mobile quarterback?
I guess I think today he's going to try to throw the ball to show us that there's no problem at the quarterback position. That's what I do not want to happen. When schools are being challenged, well, they run the ball too much. That's what you're known for. You don't have to show us your passing game. If it's not there, don't do it. Go with the game plan. Don't switch up nothing. But we see each and every time when they do the end game shift, a transformation before halftime, or when Kirby has to grab his players by the face mask and pull his visor up, that's when we know Kirby mad. They not listening.
Now, this is what I got. This is something I want to ask you about. This is something interesting I read about here. Tennessee has not allowed a sack through the first two games. Now the Volunteers expecting freshman right tackle David Sanders Jr., who missed the first two games with injury, to make his college debut against defending SEC champs. This will be a big test for Georgia's defense. The Bulldogs have just 2 sacks coming into the SEC opener, compared with 8 by Volunteers. So what is the disparity of the sack totals here at the start of the season for the Bulldogs? But the Bulldogs give you a lot of pressure, but they haven't gotten to the quarterback as much as Tennessee has. So which is going to give today? Will Georgia's offensive line give up today and Tennessee continue the sack thing? Or will it be Tennessee's first time having a defense like Georgia getting into the backfield for the first time and sacking that quarterback?
It's been quite some time since we talked about Georgia's defense, getting in the backfield, getting in your mouth. We've been talking about what they could do at the tight end, quarterback, and running back position, sometimes a little bit of special teams. It'll be nice to hear about Georgia's defense. And playing the type of offense that Tennessee can unleash on you at home can be frightening. They have a lot of speed outside. They're big up front on that offensive line. I think they're a little weak on the left side, though. They can take advantage of that. If they can startle the play and the movement of the quarterback, make him throw on his feet. But if he can sit in that pocket and pick Georgia apart, it's going to be a long day. Keep the quarterback on the move and keep that head on the swivel. That's the type of defense that Georgia wants to put and present against Tennessee's offense today. If they can do that, that's a long day for the Volunteer State. Long day. But if they got Georgia playing off the receivers and the linebackers arguing with each other, and the defensive linemen are long-winded because there's some big boys up front down there in the trenches. They got them on their oxygen mask before the first quarter is up. Long day for Georgia up front. But if Georgia can get in that backfield, which I'm hoping Uga can do and should do, this could be a good test and moment for Georgia's defense to shine.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too. You said you got Georgia. I got Georgia in this ball game. I don't think Tennessee can do what they are capable of doing. I don't think this game is bigger than what it was. You got number 6 against number 15. I don't think the quarterback in comparison with Aguilar and Gunnar Stockton. I think Stockton is a little bit bigger. He's a little bit more agile. He can run people over. I think that's going to give the pressure on Tennessee's defense. Because if they get to him, he can run and get out of there. I think he's a little bit bigger than what people expect. I think he's going to be better this ball game because he had the first 2 games. He's still learning. But if Tennessee can get in there and make it hard on them, then they have a shot. But if they can't, and Georgia's defense dictates what is going on, I think Georgia's going to have it going. I think Kirby is going to outsmart Heupel again. Tennessee will lead some in this ball game, but I think at the end, Georgia will come back again and defeat them again. I think that's just in the book of this rivalry right now because Tennessee hasn't beaten Georgia in a while.
It's been a long time.
I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. Maybe if Kirby Smart moves on, it might. I don't know how they.
I don't think Kirby's going nowhere for at least 10 years. He's gonna ride this thing out. Georgia should win this game, but I got a close game, maybe with a late 3rd quarter, early 4th quarter statement. I can see us pulling away from this one.
If you look at it, the last 3 or 4 games of this thing, Tennessee's been good all the way up through halftime. Coming to the 3rd quarter, they're good. Something about in that middle of the 3rd quarter.
See?
Going into the 4th quarter, the pressure gets to them, and then they start messing up. They forget what they were doing in the first three, first 2.5 quarters.
Right.
And then the tide starts going and starts climbing and starts going. So Tennessee's going to have to figure out how to close out these games. They play good 2.5 quarters, but that last half, at the third quarter and the whole fourth quarter, they forget how to play.
Happens a lot of opponents that Georgia face. They forget how to play UGA after halftime.
Or is the Kirby Smart making the adjustment?
That's what halftime is for. It's not just for the bathroom anymore.
No.
Making those halftime adjustments to benefit special teams, offense, defense, your star player. That's what halftime is for. Some coaches utilize it, some don't.
Yeah. All right, let's move right on. Number at 3:30 on Fox. Oregon State 0-2 against number 21 Texas Tech, the Red Raiders. 2-0.
The Beavers and the Red Raiders.
And this is in Jury World. This is going to be at Jones AT&T Stadium. Actually, it's in Lubbock. They call it Jones AT&T Stadium. I don't know if it's named after Jerry Jones or what.
You probably pay for it.
All right, my friend. What do you look at? Can Oregon State get their first win against Texas Tech in Lubbock? That's going to be the question.
That's the thing. We know for a fact that Lubbock, the Red Raiders, like putting big numbers on the board. We know that. We know that Oregon State, the Beavers, we know you're not the Ducks. We know that you're a Beaver, not a Duck. We get it. Every time they play somebody that's not Oregon, it seems to me that the fan base and some of the players try to make a personal statement, like throwing shade at Oregon. Maybe it's just me, but every time I watch an Oregon State highlight or a clip, there's always a player or a fan making reference to the Ducks, and they have nothing to do with the game. If they concentrate on what they have at hand instead of worrying about the Oregon State game, this could be a really good game. This could be a shootout for real in Texas, no pun intended. Because the Red Raiders, they love lighting up the scoreboard, Ray. Man, this could be a 60-49 type game. This could really be that way. I'm taking Texas Tech on this one, the Red Raiders.
Yeah, if you look at it this way here, too, I mean, Texas Tech offense is ranked third in the FBS, 604.5 yards per game. Rushing is 262 yards per game. It's 13th. Their passing is 342.5 yards per game. That's 11th. They're second in scoring at 64.5. But their Texas Tech defense, get this, they're ranked 8th overall in the FBS, 202 yards per game. Only giving up 144 yards, that's 28th, and only giving up 58 yards rushing, which is 13th. But their scoring defense, their scoring only allows 10.5 per game, which is 25th.
Right.
Now, if you look at Oregon State's offense, they're ranked 54th in the FBS. Then if you look at their defense, they're ranked 80th.
Isn't it funny to you, or kind of interesting, as early as it is in college football season? Have you noticed that some of these high-powered or Power 5 schools are finally starting to show they have a defense? Some of these high-power schools we normally that light up the scoreboard will have maybe one or two players on defense, but now the whole defense is showing up. I find that very interesting in college football this early in the season, that some defenses are really trying to stand up and show out some of these high-powered offensive programs. Like, we're on this side too, guys. Watch the defense too.
Yeah, if you look at it this way, I mean, what do they say? Championship defense wins championships.
That's what they say.
If you don't have a defense, you have an offense, you can try to outscore your opponent every freaking week. You ain't gonna, you're gonna run into a team that's got a defense better than your offense, and then your offense is gonna sputter. So what your defense is gonna do? Give up more points? Yeah, they have to complement. You have to complement your high-power offense with some kind of defense.
Right.
To settle it down, because you're not going to outrun. You're not. Oregon tried that plenty of time to outdo you on offense, and their defense gives up, and then what happens to them? They lose.
I don't think a lot of programs like winning games 60 to 57. Somebody got to do their job. Somebody got to do something. Them 60 to 57 games, hey, it look good on paper, but there's some furniture moving in that locker room when we're watching film.
I got Texas Tech in this one also. I think Oregon State is going to go 0-3 in this game. So I'm with you on that one too. Let's talk about USC, University of Southern California, not the University of South Carolina. The other USC against Purdue. Both teams coming in at 2-0. Lincoln Riley, he got what paid? He got paid a house, cars, money to come into USC to bring what? A championship.
What has he done?
He even brought Williams with him from Oklahoma. What is going on with Lincoln Riley's coaching at USC? It hasn't panned out to what it needs to be. Will it start this year? They're 2-0.
See, everybody think they can recreate the wheel. It's still 0 to 100. But you get some coaches that think they can change the way we count. No, it's the way it's supposed to go numerically in order. You always get a coach that think they know everything better than you before it comes. Lincoln Riley fell into that category. Yes, they bought both his houses, bought him another house, set this man up financially secure, secured his kids' educational future, got the wife a bag as well. Lincoln is sitting pretty good outside of the gridiron. When it comes to doing the job, when are you going to show us the work, sir? What are we waiting on, Lincoln? What? You said you can recruit. Prove it. You said you can run a high-powered offense at any school. Prove it. You haven't done your side of the deal, Lincoln Riley. That's when I go back to the contract on what you said you were bringing to the table. We've done our part. We've done all of this. Now what you going to do? He hasn't done it yet. You can't recruit in Southern California. You can't bring the Trojan back. Something's going on.
Yeah, this is the other thing. When you talk about his high power offense, and you're talking about it misleading the 2-0, they only played Georgia Southern 59-20. They gave up 20 points in that ball game. Then they played MOS State 73-13. Defense got a little bit better, only gave up 7 less points. Lincoln Riley's offense is going to be there, but what he gets is he has no defense. That's the problem. He can try to outscore some people, but they're going to go up against teams that got defense, and it offsets his offense because his offense sputters against teams that they supposedly blow out, and they do blow out, but then they come to teams that are supposed to win in close games, and he can't pull them out. So Lincoln Riley is only I look at Lincoln Riley. He wins if he's got big numbers. If he's got a big lead, he wins. If it's a close game, don't ever think about his defense. Lincoln Riley's club does not have a defense whatsoever.
That's what I was just saying. When you have an offense that can score, the defense has to do their job. And then you have an offense that scores too fast. You got 5 defensive players over there getting oxygen because the offense scoring too fast. You got to work together as a team. And when they're not seeing that, and the coach is not seeing that, but only the players are, we're going to have a problem moving forward. We're going to have a problem. How can an offensive-minded coach pay attention to the defense? Understand the defensive needs. You got to hire somebody that can understand you got the offense and you the head coach. We understand this. But let me work on this defense over. You got to find somebody that lives and breathes defense. Don't give a damn about that offense. Let me just run this defense. He finds somebody like that. They have a defense. I think it's more about having guys in the right plays and the right defensive play scheme. You got to find that out. What package can I put out here to make these guys do their job better and execute the game plan? They got to find that out. That's what the middle of the week is for. That's what film is for. All that technology out here, you need to utilize it. Lincoln Riley. Utilize
That's what I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put this in perspective for everybody. That what we're talking about here. USC's offense ranked number one in FBS so far, 676 yards per game, 405 yards per game, third. Rushing 271 yards per game, ranked number 10. Scoring at 66 points per game, ranked first. Their defense, this is what we're talking about right here. Their defense is number 54th in the FBS, giving up 300.5 yards per game. They're giving up 197 yards per game, 70th in passing, 103 yards per 0.5 yards per game, 51st in rushing. Scoring defense, Lyle 16.5. They're 56 in the nation. Now, if you turn around, look at the other team in Purdue, they're ranked 64th on offense in the FBS. Their defense is ranked number 28 in the FBS. So now Lincoln Riley is going up against a defensive team in Purdue. Can Purdue stop the high-octane offense of USC? And if they do they have enough offense to beat Lincoln Riley today?
I haven't referred to Purdue in football in decades. It's been that long since the Boilermakers have been relevant when it comes to the gridiron. What can they do to slow down Lincoln Riley and USC? I want to see USC get tested. I don't think this is the type of matchup for them to get tested to see what Lincoln Riley has in the bag. He hasn't broke out the bag yet. I'm waiting on the game where he got to bring out the bag. This is a winnable game for USC. Only thing Purdue can probably do is work on clock management and rotation of players on the field. That's about it. Let's rotate better, understand our substitutions and assignments. That's probably the only thing that Purdue can pull off in this game. With USC, what you said, the numbers are defensively for them. Let's work on that. The 103 rushing, let's get that down. The passing yards, the big passing plays, let's work on that. Let's make the in-game objectives doable. That's what I would do if I was USC. A little small task, not a top 10, not a top 5, maybe 1 to 3 things defense. This is what we're going to do the first half. Halftime, let's look at the board, see where we at on those 3 things that we put out there. Make it doable for the defense. The offense going to do what it can do, put points on the board. I got USC winning this one.
Yeah, I got UNC winning this one also. All right, my friend, let's talk about something here. Let me see where I want to go with this one here after the USC game. All right, my friend, at 3:30 on the Big Ten Network, Michael Vick in Norfolk State, 1-1 against the 2-0 Rutgers in Piscataway, New Jersey today at Shad Stadium, 82 degrees. What are you thinking about Michael Vick as a head coach at Norfolk State University in his hometown?
Well, that first game didn't go as planned. They hyped it all up. Had a First Take ESPN there on campus that Friday. They did what they could to hype up the fact that Michael Vick is now a collegiate football coach. They did what they could for that football program at Delaware. But at the same time, I'm looking at this game right here. This could be the teach-back game that Michael Vick needs. It's not a huge matchup, but that's still Rutgers football team. Rutgers can ball out. They can ball. They can test you. They can test you on the fundamentals of the game. If you cannot play fundamental sound football, Michael Vick and his team will have a long day. They can learn a lot from playing a team that really emphasizes the fundamentals of football, and that's Rutgers. I want to watch this game. I really want to see. I haven't watched the Vic team play yet. I've only saw the highlights, the fan reaction, and the memes of Michael Vick. That's all I've seen. But today, I'm going to watch that game. That's a 3:30 game?
3:30 game.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out.
The Big Ten Network.
Yeah. I want to see what that's all about. Show me the hype.
But they only give Michael Vick 1% in Norfolk State 1% to beat Rutgers today.
A 1% chance? I would show the
Rutgers
whole damn team that and the coach. I would just write on the board 1%. And somebody going to say, what does that mean, coach? I'm going to give a whole speech. We ready. Be ready. That's what I would give my team right there as motivation. 1%, kids. They're giving us 1% to win this game. Man, I would lock in like there's nobody's business.
Yeah, if you look at that's the thing you got to look at too, because they're only giving you 1% chance of beating 99% to a Rutgers team, not to a powerhouse name, but to Rutgers.
We're not
Even though
playing
Rutgers
Georgia.
was the
We're
first
not playing
program.
the Ohio State. We're playing Rutgers, and they're giving us a 1% chance. What is that saying about you, coach? What is that saying about your coaching staff, your football program, your players? I'm going to piss somebody off in that locker room. If I'm the coach, I'm going to get them mad. They're going to play angry football for 4 quarters. Angry.
Yeah. So, I mean, I see if you're playing like Alabama or somebody. But you play at Rutgers. You only get 1%, dude.
1%? Come on, Ray. No.
And they're so bad about it is Rutgers play the first game they played Ohio. They only barely beat Ohio University 34-31. Then they killed Miami of Ohio 45-17 the second game.
That's disrespectful.
So
that's disrespectful.
And like you said, Michael Vick lost 27-7 to Townsend on the 28th, and then they just beat I guess Virginia Union 34-31 in overtime.
Mm-hmm. Virginia has some good homecoming.
So who you got in this ball game?
I'm gonna roll with Vic on this. I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna roll with Vic.
I'm gonna take the 99% because 99% is better than that 1%.
There it is. I got you, Vic. I got you, Vic. I'm rolling with Vic.
All right. Youngstown State at Michigan State. Who you got?
We all know how I feel about Michigan State program as a whole, as a unit. But I'm going to roll Michigan State on this.
Yeah, I'm going with Michigan State also on this one here. I got to find what's going on. Something's going on with my freaking computer. All right, here we go.
Do you have our records from last year?
No, because I lost a lot of stuff.
You lost it all? Okay.
Yeah. I think I was killing you, though.
You don't have to say it like that. I had a good run for like 3 weeks, man.
Yeah, you did have a good run for 3 weeks, and after that 3 weeks, it's like that Tennessee and Georgia game. After 3 weeks, it won't no help for you. All right, Washington State.
It may be early, Ray. It may be early, but I won my fantasy football pool. I missed 2 games in NFL the first week. I missed 4 games in college football last weekend. I'm doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
You're doing pretty good.
I'm pretty good.
You think?
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good?
I'm feeling myself, Ray. I'm feeling myself. I guess
yourself.
I don't have a bookie anymore. I'm not making my debut on none of the gambling apps until next month. I'll make my debut next month. I've never placed a bet on either of those before. I will be making my debut next month.
Oh. All right, Washington State at North Texas. Who you got?
Who playing them?
Washington State at North Texas.
Give me Washington State.
I'm going to take the Washington State also. SMU versus Missouri State. Who you got?
I met some really cool kids from Missouri State last night, so I'm going to take Missouri State.
You taking Missouri State over an ACC team? I'm going to take SMU on this one. All righty, my friend. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Panthers versus the West Virginia Mountaineers, which we call the incest state capital.
The WV is back. The WV is back. Look, Pat McAfee has really made me grind in. I was a WV fan for a long time in the days of Major Harris. Shout out. Whoop, 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 and Mike Fox. I love the WV. That's a good football program. They're in the right area of the town and the country. I'm rolling with the WV, but I need to see a little bit more from that offense. A little bit more from that offense. They have it. They have it. Just go ahead and put that foot on the gas and go.
Yeah, I look at it this way too. You take your cousins and hide them. Take your relatives, put them away. This is a Hatfield McCoy type game. Pittsburgh comes in this ball game very high and tight. He got this game going on. I think it's going to be a great game. Don't get me wrong. This game is taking place in Morgantown.
Woo!
So that's why I say you need
Elvis double feature.
Your sisters, your brothers, your cousins. Bring out the guns, because this is going to be a Hatfield McCoy type weather game here. Because these two teams always play tight games. They're always going back and forth. These are right near the border. What can you ask more about this ball game? You got passing, you got running, you got defense, you got everything. You got Pat Parducci. His defense has been freaking on point. But then again, you got West Virginia, who sometimes will come out in the fourth quarter and be flat.
Yeah.
Be still.
That's the thing. That's the only thing that scares me about West Virginia. Sometimes they get a little bit too laxed in the moment of opportunity. They cannot have those hiccups at all.
I mean, you're talking about when we're talking about Pittsburgh's defense is ranked 15th in the FBS, but West Virginia's defense is ranked 45, but their offense is ranked 42nd in the FBS. West Virginia, and then Pittsburgh comes in at 33rd with the FBS in their offense attack. But what we like to say, they have changed the game plan a little bit at Pitt. It used to be running the ball. Uh-huh. Now it's more of a passing offense with the complementary of a run with it. It's not like the same Pittsburgh team you really seen. West Virginia, on the other hand, they are a more up-tempo team. They like to balance it out. They've got 232.5. This is like the opposite. If you look at it last year, it was West Virginia passing attack against Pittsburgh's running attack. This year is more of a balanced offense for West Virginia because they rushed for 232.5 yards per game to 205 yards passing. So they're pretty balanced, but they're only scoring 27.5. So they like a low-scoring game.
Right.
So does Pittsburgh. So this is going to be a low-balanced game here. Pittsburgh is favored by 7.5 in this ball game. The over and under in this ball game is 55.5. So are you going to take the under in this ball game, or would you take the over?
I'm taking the under in this one. Taking the under.
So,
but I got my
friend, are you taking Pittsburgh or are you taking West Virginia?
Give me West Virginia. Go Mountaineers.
You're taking the Mountaineers. I'm going to take Pittsburgh in this one. All right, my friend. We now finally got to the one and the only one. We haven't talked about Bill Belichick taking over the University of North Carolina program at 1-1. Just like I said, they wasn't ready for a big-time team in TCU. They came back and played a little bit better against Charlotte. They don't have a quarterback. The quarterback situation, I think a better quarterback is Max Johnson. Hopefully he'll start him today against Richmond. Richmond comes in at 1-1 against North Carolina in Chapel Hill. We call it Thrill Hill, in the ball game. Belichick got his 24-year-old wife. Trying to get all.
Don't knock it till you try it.
They got the patent of gold digger for some of the jewelry she's going to be making. All kinds of stuff going on there in North Carolina. Lopez come in. They thought he was going to be he was the starting quarterback. He didn't look too good against TCU. He looked a little bit better against Charlotte, which we know is a lower tier, Conference USA team for the second year in the existence. Richmond comes in a little bit better team on this. North Carolina has no running game. Their leading rusher's got 52 yards in 2 games.
I know this is your team, your Carolina, your Tar Heel man, but we're talking about a football game between 2 basketball schools right now, in my opinion. People really think Carolina is a football program. Pause. the basketball, soccer program in that order. Carry on. The fact that Bill Belichick is 70-plus years old with a girlfriend that young, most of you would do it too. I don't think nobody in their right damn mind wants to be married to anybody in their 70s and their 70s, unless you've been with them for over 30 years. The only way that's happening. If you back out there, you don't want that. I don't like the fact that she's the distraction and the way she came on the field last week. If Dion did that with Carucci, people would lose their damn mind. They would lose their mind. We got to focus on the task at hand. We're talking about Bill Belichick is coaching football again, and it happens to be at Chapel Hill. Okay, that's it. That's the news of the day. This is not going to be a one-season turnaround the Belichick way. No. These are kids 17 to 23 years old. Have you tried to talk to a 17 to 23-year-old that's not yours? Even if they are yours, how does that go today in 2025? That's going to take some time. I give Bill, give me 2 more years, then maybe he's in a bowl game that makes sense. But I don't see a playoff future ever coming in the future of a North Carolina football program. Football program. Basketball and soccer, go Tar Heels. Football, stop it. Stop it.
Now, I look at it this way. This is what I look at North Carolina season. And I told people this, and I told them straight out. North Carolina football this season is not going to be what we think it's going to be under Bill Belichick. Because Bill Belichick's got to get his recruits in there. He changed the whole complex of his team. 70 new players. They got to balance it. They got to balance it out. They got to know each other. It's going to take. He said himself. It's going to take about 3 to 5 games for them to get a cohesive together.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have a struggle the first half, and he said the second half will be a little bit better, but it's still going to be a struggle because if you look at the schedule. The schedule is weak for North Carolina this year, with Richmond and Charlotte on the schedule. It's just going to get harder and harder from here on out for North Carolina and Bill Belichick, because right now they have no quarterback. The quarterback they got, he struggles. Under pressure, he struggles. Max Johnson is just coming back from his ACL. So, I mean, he's not really effectively. He came in that second half of the TCU game, played also scored a touchdown in that one. So, I mean, that's what you got to look at North Carolina. Their defense is okay. It's not a stellar defense. They give up a lot of plays. I don't like Bill Belichick's son calling defense. I really don't. Because their defense looked like it's lost out there.
I tell you what, though, Ray. If not just North Carolina, if college football as a whole was still allowed to practice the way they used to in the 90s, he'd have that program in much better shape. They don't have as much hands-on as they used to in the offseason due to health restrictions and overall player safety. If they were allowed to work with those kids the way they used to in college football, Belichick would have that team in a much better Belichick way. But when you only get a chance to talk 15 minutes here and walk around for an hour here and only get 30 minutes of film time and 15 minutes on the phone, you can't get that coaching in you need. It's more now on these athletes to do a lot of self-training now on the collegiate level than with the team because they can't work out the way they used to in the offseason.
Yeah. And I look at it this way. This is after the Richmond is going to get tougher after that. I will be at the UCF game the following week. I'll be there. I got my tickets for that game. I will be there for that game. I'll actually see North Carolina play in person to see really if it's tell the truth or not, which I think is going to be probably a better game than what people think it's going to be. But
you got to make a sign, Ray. You got to make a sign.
Then the following after that they play Clemson, number 12 in Chapel Hill. Then they go out to California to play California. Then they come back in Chapel Hill to play Virginia. Then they go to New York to play Syracuse. Back home to play Stanford. Then they go to Wake Forest. Then they got Duke at home. And then they go to NC State. That's North Carolina's remaining schedule.
I feel 3 wins out of all that you just said. 3.
You feel better than I do. I feel one.
One. If
Yeah,
Michael Jordan
that's
coming to any
game.
more games? Is Michael Jordan coming to any more games?
Probably not.
Okay.
But he did give him $60 million for the football program.
Mike, he could give us a little money here with our show. He can do. Mike, hit us up.
But if you look at it this way too, and you talk about North Carolina not being a football school, they're not a football school; they're a basketball school. But they still got one of the best players ever to play the NFL in Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor did his thing. Does he remember playing football at North Carolina?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Then you got Michael Jordan in basketball, and then you got me and him out of soccer. So
what more do we need?
But then again, this year, think about what happened to your Gators volleyball team, female volleyball team. They went to Chapel Hill and lost.
Shaq's daughter still on Florida volleyball team?
I don't know.
I think she's still there.
They were ranked number 15 in the nation.
It's early in volleyball season. We'll regroup. We'll recover. I'm worried about Texas and Nebraska in volleyball right now. They are the threat right now in volleyball. Yeah. They are a threat.
But I look at it. That's why I look at it. I look at maybe one win out of the whole bunch. That big Richmond game. USC, UCF, they might win that one. Clemson, they probably get killed in that one. California, they could win. Virginia, they might. Syracuse, I don't know because they're playing in Syracuse.
That's what I'm saying. I could see Carolina getting 3 or 4 wins this year. 3 or 4 wins this year.
See, my biggest thing is I just hope they win the last 2 games of the season. That's all I want.
Who they got for homecoming?
Homecoming game? Virginia,
who's that?
Virginia.
That's a tough homecoming.
But today I'll pick North Carolina over Richmond. Who you got?
I got Carolina. I got Coach Bill. Where them Jordans play? Put them Jordans on, player. Put them on. What's his girlfriend name? Susie Chapstick. What's her name? Rebecca.
I can't remember.
Ashley. Nicole. Stay up there in the press box.
She still could be in college today.
Stay up there.
She could have been in college today. So
Bill, the youngest man she's had, though. Them other 2 dudes, them some old geezers she had. They were in their 80s. At least that woman knows what she wants.
Yeah.
Geriatric community.
All right, let's go Northwestern State at Cincinnati. Who you got?
Northwestern State?
Yep, Northwestern State at Cincinnati.
Wow. Give me Cincinnati. Give me the natty.
I'm taking Cincinnati too. Incarnate World. That's that school that I didn't like last year.
Incarnate Word?
Yeah. Yes, UTSA. University of Texas San Antonio. Who you got?
University of Texas.
Taking UTSA. Morgan State at Toledo. Who you got?
Give me Toledo.
I'm taking Toledo on that one. Number 14, Iowa State at Arkansas State. Who you got?
That Iowa State game was weird. Give me Arkansas.
You taking Arkansas State?
Yeah, Arkansas State, baby.
I'm going to take number 14, Iowa. So we got Louisiana and Missouri. We both picked Missouri on that one.
MIC. COU.
All right, UTEP at number 7, Texas. Who you got, buddy?
What time is this game?
This game is at 4:15 on the SEC Network Extra.
I like the little enthusiasm of Arch last week. I like the fact that he let us see him cry against that Ohio game. Give me Arch. Give me Texas.
I'm taking Texas on this one. All right, my friend, let's talk about number 18, South Florida at number 5, Miami at 4:30 on the CW Network.
That's the one I may have to close the blackout curtains. I want all the smoke that USF was doing last week against my Gators. I want to see the same enthusiasm, the same celebration. I want you to bring it all. But I also want Miami. We do it for the U. I want them to put their foot all the way up in it. Run that boy up and run that score up in the days of Jimmy Johnson. Run that thing up. Put up 81 points today. That's what I want to see. I want to see mascara running. I want to see grown men crying on TV. Let it all go. Let it all go. Give me the U. But if they beat the U, we're in trouble. Florida in trouble. The state of Florida's in trouble if they win this game, if USF win this game.
Let's look at the Hurricane and the Bulls quarterback comparison right now.
Okay.
Brown, the quarterback for the Bulls, is 39 out of 60 with 1 touchdown. Carson Beck, 42 out of 55 for 4 touchdowns, 472 yards. So Brown's beating them by 1 yard in passing out of 2 games.
I don't understand how Carson Beck body is back together after what we saw happen to him at Georgia. That man's foot was in his earlobe while he was on his belly. His right arm was in his left back pocket on that hit. I don't know how that man got his body back together to play the position of quarterback again. There's no way.
Miracle of the U.
That the miracle of science and whatever doctors put his body back together.
Hey, the Jacksonville native out of Mandarin High School who won the state title for Mandarin, who started back in 1993, won the first title in 2018, the only title at Mandarin High School here in Jacksonville. So, I mean, you got to look at it this way, too. The Miracle of Miami. You know, they got money. So they got probably miracle doctors there somewhere.
I tell you what, Miami's been lucky at the quarterback position, considering what Mr. Cam Ward did last year. Now you get the transfer in as with the high hope and possibility what Carson Beck can do. This looks very good for the U, who has not been really known to look at the quarterback position as a leader in quite some time. We know what they can do at the running back, receiver, special teams, and a couple of keynote defensive players. But having a quarterback again at the U in back-to-back years is pretty damn good moving forward, and recruiters looking in.
Well, this is another game that they've given Miami 72.1% chance to win to 27.9% USF. This is the second week in a row that USF has under 30% on the matchup predictor, and they have won those 2 games. So is this the third game they're going to win?
I tell you one thing, you can't let USF hang around. You cannot let them hang around because they will take chances on a 4th and 3. They will take chances on a 45-plus yard field goal. You got to be careful of letting them hang around thinking they're going to have opportunity. Put them away early. Put them away early. Put your foot on the neck and go. Don't look back. Don't look back. Just keep going.
They started out with Boise State, who was ranked up there number 14. They won 34-7 against Boise State.
I watched that game.
Then they went to Florida. Then they went number 13 Florida and won that 18-16 on a late field goal.
We had 2 touchdowns called back on holding.
Yeah.
Then we had the loogie incident. Extra from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Should have been kicked off the team right there. Right? Give me my uniform. You're not getting in the transfer portal. You're going to finish up school in the classroom, son. Matter of fact, give me your PlayStation. Give me your Xbox. You're not playing nothing that deals in any sports. You just concentrate on the book.
Let me ask you this question.
2,000 hours of community service.
Let me ask you this question. Which one was worse, the shoe incident or the spitting incident?
The spitting. The spitting. That was, I mean, I want to know, what did his teammates say, the coaches? Did he get a phone call from his favorite relative? Does he talk to his family? Is he close with his siblings, his grandparents, his aunt, his me? Who chimed in and reached out to this boy?
Probably
somebody.
Nobody.
What did he say what could somebody say to you to make you want to do that? It can't be the N-word. You can't be talking about your mama and daddy. You don't know them. What did he say about your sister? What did he say about your brother? What was said for you to do that? Take me to the moment that it happened. We got another kid going for a field goal.
Yeah, Damien said the show is wild. Laughing at LOL. Yes, we have a good time on the show. We're an unusual pregame show that you have never watched before, and you know we have fun. We like taking fun.
You have to have fun, man.
We take teams out of our own and talk about our own teams like it ain't nothing, but something like that. All right, my friend, you're taking the Canes in this one
Yeah, give me the U.
for payback.
Yes. I need this, Miami. I need this. What USF did, taking that picture on the photo, taking that photo and doing this, I will never forget that. That image will live right here. It's like when Michael Jordan had the ball stolen from him, that Orlando game. That image you just can never forget. You can never forget that image. Never.
Well, you know what happened that when Michael Jordan got the ball stolen, that he went that next day. He didn't even take that day off. He went right back in the training room, getting ready for that, and having Orlando on his mind.
He trained that day, that evening. Kobe did the same thing. Some things you just don't forget. You don't forget.
Yeah.
So I need you to do it.
If you look at it, you got this game at 4:30. You got the Georgia-Tennessee game at 3:30. These two games should have been like at near prime time, action.
It's like that Ohio State game. They put that game at 11 o'clock. Shame on you, college
And then
football.
the ultimate slap in this game is on the CW network. The Miami and South Florida game.
What?
They put it on the CW network. Not ESPN, not CBS, not ABC, not Fox. The CW got this game.
See, somebody's child is involved. Somebody let their kid come to work day and they hit the wrong button. What's wrong with people, Ray? What is wrong with people? Who in the hell has that network? Who? See, this is why people like me will never win a $1 billion lottery. I would take over the airwaves. Who made this decision? Oh yeah, let's put that game on the WB network.
It just seemed like they just. Well, I understand at the beginning of the season they probably put it on there because they didn't think South Florida was going to be this good because they're playing these 3 ranked opponents, and then next thing you know, they're number 18 ranked team in the nation coming in and playing number 5 Miami, and they put it on the CW.
They haven't been bad in quite some time. They've been moving up.
Yeah.
This is how the WNBA failed putting games on Lifetime Network. This is how people lose their job right here. Todd, you're fired.
All right, my friend. Liberty at Bowling Green. Who you got?
Liberty Mutual.
Taking Liberty out of Roanoke. Middle Tennessee at Nevada. Who you got?
I like Middle Tennessee State. I like that. Give me Middle Tennessee.
I'm taking Nevada in this one. All right, my friend. Alcorn State versus Mississippi State.
Ooh, that's a good one. Give me Mississippi State.
Taking the people out of Starkville. I'm taking the people out of Starkville.
Yeah, I love me old Starkville, Mississippi people.
Florida Atlantic versus Florida International. Who you got?
Who they playing? Florida International playing who?
Florida Atlantic.
Give me Florida International.
I'm gonna take Florida Atlantic in this one. This is a neat team. Merrick versus Kennesaw State. Who you got?
Who the hell is Merrick?
A
billionaire just want to open up a school for his kids?
I don't know that they're 1-1. They are located. Let's see where they're located at.
Probably somewhere in Connecticut.
I don't know. They don't say on the ESPN where they're located. Let me put it in the search.
I'll take Kennesaw.
Merrick is located in. They're in North Hanover, Massachusetts.
What the? Rich people. Rich folk. Probably enrollment of 250 people.
Kennesaw State in this one. Eastern Kentucky versus Marshall. Who you got?
We are Marshall. Thunder and Herd.
I'm taking Marshall in this one. Monmouth at Charlotte. Who you got?
Give me Charlotte. How's this lady crying before the game?
All righty. Ohio versus number 1 Ohio State. Who you got?
V. Ohio State. Dot the I.
Ohio State.
Did you see when Grambling played them? When Grambling came in with their band?
Yeah. Michigan, Western Michigan at number 9 Illinois. Who you got?
Fighting the line now. Let's go Illinois.
I'm taking number 9 Illinois. Arkansas will go into number 17 Ole Miss. Who you got?
The young men at Oxford, Mississippi have some very strange pregame rituals. Very strange. Give me Ole Miss.
Old Dominion at Virginia Tech. Who you got?
Oh, I know you love you some ODU. Give me some Tech.
Well, they're playing in Lane Stadium, so you ain't got to worry about the cops and nothing like that to go and help you get down the boulevard. Jacksonville State at Georgia Southern. Who you got?
Give me Georgia Southern.
I'm going to take Jacksonville State in this one. Murray State at Georgia State. Who you got?
Give me Georgia State.
I'll take Georgia State in this one also. Appalachian State goes to Southern Miss. We all know how we Southern Miss.
The hell with Southern Miss. Give me App State.
And taking App State in this. Prairie View A&M versus Rice.
Give me Rice.
Yeah, I believe Rice could pull this one out. All right, my friend. We're now at your game here. Non-ranked Florida at number 3 LSU.
That hurt, Ray. You could have just said Florida at number 3 LSU. That hurt, Ray. That hurt right here.
No. Either way, it would have hurt because it had no rank in front of it.
I want this win. I want this victory. DJ lagged away a lot last week. I don't know if he had the stomach flu or a virus. Girlfriend, side chick, baby mama was there. He met his real daddy. I don't know. Whatever happened last week is over with. I need them to focus on the game, the task at hand. Do your job. Execute the play. Take the plays that are given to you. Don't overdo it. And let's play Gator football. That's all I want. That's all I want. If I get pancake mix and eggs, I know I'm having pancakes and eggs. I'm not trying to recreate the form and make sausage out of the pancake mix. I'm taking what's available to me. That's all I need my Gators to do. Take what's available to us and let's hit them in the mouth. Let's hit them early. We may get probably 2 personal fouls, unsportsmanlike conduct before the game because of trash talking. But once that game starts, let one person, let any saliva look like it's coming out their mouth. I'm getting on the plane, Ray. I'm getting on the plane. I'm calling my lawyer before I leave and say I'm about to get in trouble. Save me.
Well, if we look at it this way,
today.
They do give you 38.5% chance of beating LSU today.
So you're saying we got a chance, Ray? So you're saying we got a chance?
You got 38.5% chance.
There you go. That's all I need.
To 61.5% for LSU. You got Gus Nasmeyer, who's supposed to be this one best quarterback. And you got Lagway, who's supposed to be they're one of the Heisman preseason hopefuls. But Legway hasn't looked like himself in the first
Now,
two
tell you,
games.
something was up last week. That wasn't him.
But then you got Nussmeier, who has thrown for 469 yards in the first two games, came back and brought his team back against Clemson and beat Clemson in Death Valley. Clemson calls it the real Death Valley. LSU calls theirs the real Death Valley. So whoever's got the real Death Valley's got something going on.
Them Gators can swim in either valley.
They can swim, but can they kill?
We're going to walk that gator on the field today. Let that tiger come close. Let the tiger come close to the gator today. Won't happen.
Let me put it this way. Is it the big gators coming or is the little baby gators coming?
Tim Tebow and I are going to talk here in a minute, and we're going to give the team a little pep talk about 115. Yeah. It's all coming together as planned. Tebow told me he's going to call me today on the red phone, and I got it. I'm waiting on Tebow's call.
You waiting on Tebow's call?
He's going to call. It's going to say, ring.
You might be waiting a long You might be waiting a long time. You might be waiting a long time for that bat phone to work.
This is the red phone. When the red phone rings, it's important. I got to answer. Ring. Yes.
All right. The very interesting thing, first start of the interesting I read about this whole game was LSU Brian Kelly calls any talk of firing Florida counterpart Billy Napier crazy.
Well, Brian Kelly, you the same man that lied on your resume and you ruined the job at Notre Dame. Not listening to you. Not listening to you. You the same man that lost a recruit because you made a pre-game video, hype video. He still didn't come to the school. He went somewhere else. You want me to listen to you, Brian Kelly? Please. Impress me with something else. You want me to listen to
He went on to say about Billy Napier was he's a really good coach. He knows his team. He knows that what their strengths and weaknesses are, says Kelly, who Tigers lost at Florida last season. He's building a culture that is fit to his eyes in terms of what he wants to do. He's doing it the right way, according to Brian Kelly.
Ted Bundy was a nice fella. You ask most women. He's a nice fella. He listened to me. I need more than you. Oh, he knows the team pretty well. You know, he's a good football knowledgeable guy. Then prove it to me. Prove to me what everybody else is saying about Billy Napier. Haven't seen nothing. Bring back the coach who wife kissed everybody in the mouth. Bring his wife back. We played better under that than this. He has not proven anything he has proven or said to be when he got the job. I don't like his press conference. I don't like the fact that he was being interviewed and he kept playing with the damn zipper. Who does that, Ray? Who does that?
That reminds me of the Water Boy. Maybe you need to give Billy Napier Maybe you need to give Billy Napier a notebook and tell him to image the other coach as a baby. It worked for the Water Boy. It worked for him too.
I want to know who's going to have the funniest T-shirt or sign about Billy Napier losing his job or being replaced at Florida today. I want to see. I want to see the creativity in the collegiate student today. Show me your creativity and your sign about Florida and Billy Napier. I got all the TVs on. I haven't seen one yet. I'm waiting.
Well, they need a sign with John Gruden punching Napier in the face, knocking him off the pedestal.
Now we're talking. Now we own the sign.
So I don't know. He put up there, says raise Florida, giving the Florida the Kirk treatment. He said at least the CW is promoting their games well, unlike Netflix, who sucks at promoting the fight. Ken Lito and Crawford.
Don't get me started on Netflix and promoting sporting events. We're at a different time right now, man, on how to watch games, what network, how much it costs, how long is the free trial, what is the trial date? Is it 2 weeks, 21 days, or 30? We have too many questions about watching stuff now. Nobody knows what channel anything comes on anymore. We know the network.
All right, my friend. Are you giving your Gators a chance to win, or are you taking LSU?
I would never take LSU. I'm going with my Gators, Gator Nation.
I'm glad you like your Gators Nation, but I'm going with LSU. It's death in Death Valley. They're gonna bury the Gators today.
Hold on now.
It's gonna be a somber day.
To my friends down in Louisiana, down in Shreveport, Polk City, Bessemer City, what's the other little town? Slidell. What's the other one? All my folks down in Louisiana, good luck to you today. But them Gators are coming. Them Gators are coming.
They're probably saying the Glow Baby Gators are coming. All right, my friend, let's move on. Texas A&M Aggies will go into Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. Irish is favored by 6.5. 0-1 Notre Dame, number 8, against a 2-0 number 16 Texas A&M.
Maybe an agriculture school, but you got to watch out for them Aggies. But the Golden Domers, only thing I want to see today is the coach getting mad. Only thing the coach on Notre Dame does is this. I need more out of coach. Come on, Marcus. Show me. The Golden Domers, I need to be more impressed. I haven't seen it yet. Come on. I got Notre Dame winning this, but don't let the Aggies stay around. That's how Aggie fans wave.
That's what I look at. You got a quarterback for Texas A&M and Reed, who is 41 out of 62 with 7 touchdowns, 509 yards passing. But he's also the leading rusher for Texas A&M with 18 carries, 1 touchdown, 105 yards rushing per game. A full threat quarterback.
Decent numbers. Nothing to jump out of the bag about. Nothing jumps off the page at me. 105 yards rushing after 2 games as a quarterback. Okay, I can take that. That's doable. You can call a game plan or scheme against that. I get it. But at the same time, the Aggies can light up the board too if you give them the opportunity. They're one of those programs that no matter who's at the helm of quarterback, they have figured out a way to teach them about the window of opportunity in the passing game. If you see this, I'm not talking about that pivot foot turning in or him turning his hips the wrong way on defensive coverage. Not seeing that, but it's something that they're always preaching about that passing window at Texas A&M, and they have a quarterback here or there that can chuck that ball at least 400 yards in a game. Everybody's like, why can't they get that all the time? It's when they see certain things in a defensive scheme, the Aggies know how to execute at a very high volume. That's the one thing I'm afraid of in this matchup. But other than that, I got the Golden Domers winning this game. But it has to be on their terms. Because Notre Dame can throw a game down and piss you off as an offensive person, and you do something you shouldn't be doing with the ball, throwing the ball in triple coverage.
Yeah, and you got Jason who says the Aggies are going to win. So
Jason go up the Aggies. Good call, Jason. Good call.
We got it this way. They're playing at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's got that home swagger thing going on. But I think Texas A&M will come in and take care of business. I'm going with Texas A&M on this one.
You're going with A&M to beat out there in South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah.
They don't have barbecue like in Texas.
All right, let's do a little bit of rapid fire. Eastern Michigan at Kentucky. Who you got?
Give me Kentucky.
I'm taking Kentucky too. All right, Massachusetts at Iowa. Who you got?
Give me Iowa.
Got Iowa also. New Mexico State at Louisiana Tech. Who you got?
Give me La Tech.
I'm taking La Tech also. East Carolina versus Coastal Carolina. Greenville,
Woo!
North Carolina
We go
versus
with the drinkers or we go to
Huntsville,
Myrtle
South
Beach.
Carolina.
We go with the drinkers or we go to Myrtle Beach. Give me Coastal Carolina.
I'm going to take the home state of East Carolina. That's where my nephew goes to school at. So I'm taking East
Pirates.
Carolina.
Pirates, baby.
All right, Vanderbilt at number 11, South Carolina. Is this the year of Vanderbilt?
Talk to me about that quarterback. Give me his numbers at Vandy. Give me them numbers, that quarterback.
You want the quarterback at Vandy? What is he, 6 years?
He has moxie. He has moxie. He's going to be one of those kids. He's about to live his biggest career in Nashville, in Vandy.
All right. Here you go. Pavia, the quarterback, is 32 out of 43, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 468 yards passing.
I'm just saying, this kid is different. He's no Jay Cutler in college at Vandy, but he kind of reminds you a little bit of him, just a tad. And this is what Vandy needs. This is what Vandy needs. They need a kid like this. This is going to be a really, really, really good game. This is going to be probably one of the better games of the day.
South Carolina's got their own quarterback in Sellers, who's been up there with Legway as one of the hopefuls of the Heisman in preseason. And he ain't lived up to his expectation either. He's 28. He's 23 out of 38, 2 touchdowns, but also he don't have a running attack in at all. Their leading rushers only got 80 yards. So
yeah, see, South Carolina is one of those programs. If the running game is not working, they're gonna pass the ball. They go away from it. They give up too early on trying to figure out a better way to execute the play, or that particular player getting his shine, that key player moment, and it doesn't work out. They'll go away from it just too early. That's what I do not like about South Carolina. I like how nasty and gritty they are in the second half of football games. I mean, this game could go either way. I would be happy with a Gamecock victory or Vanderbilt, because I like what Vanderbilt is trying to do with that football program. They've been getting a lot of knock on that football program, but they're moving on up like the Jeffersons in a good way. But on the other side, I like South Carolina defense. They nasty. They really go. They see ball, go get ball, go attack ball. That's what I like about that South Carolina defense. This could be one of those games under 5.5 points could be the deciding factor here in winning this game. I'm going to have to switch up, Ray. I'm going to have to go with South Carolina, but I'm keeping my eye on that quarterback at Vandy. I got my third eye on him.
All right. So I'm going with Vanderbilt, and they're playing at South Carolina. So you know, if you park anywhere, you might want to have you parking in the right spot, or you're gonna get your ticket, or you get your car towed away. One of the two, you get a ticket or your car towed away. Then the police don't care about who you are, and if they look at your license plate and see you from North Carolina, you're in double trouble, bud. You're in double trouble. So you better go there with North Carolina license plate with a South Carolina Gamecock somewhere on your car.
Oh my God!
But anyway. God. Jason says South Carolina is going to win. You say South Carolina.
Yeah.
Hold it, my friends. Lee Corso will say. I'm going with Vanderbilt. That quarterback is something else. He's a little bit of difference maker there. If the defense can't keep him in control, it's over. So, all right, my friend. Let's move right along here. Number 20, Utah at Wyoming.
Give me the Utes. I love a good Ute.
I'm going to take the Ute, but they're playing in Laramie, Wyoming. All right. Duke University versus Tulane. The intriguing of this game is the Duke quarterback used to play for Tulane last year.
Oh, wow. That's good in-game information there, Ray. That's good.
So now, my friend, people don't think I'm going to talk about Duke because I'm a Carolina fan. Everybody say on my show, you don't all talk about North Carolina, blah, blah. Well, let's talk about this Duke team a little bit here.
Do it.
Duke against Illinois was in the game. They had some bad plays, some bad breaks in the game that cost them the game. I listened to that game on the radio, you know. But if you look at this right here, Messier, who is a former Tulane quarterback last year, is going back to Tulane to play his old team. What does Tulane? They already got bulletin board material because they already know who he is. Now he traded on their team to go to Duke. He's coming back. You know their defensive line is ready to hit him, and they're going to hit him hard because they ain't got no red jersey on like they did in practice. So now they get to fire off on him. What does Duke have to do, and what does Tulane have to do to control Mazda? Because Mazda right now, out of 3 games, has got 723 yards passing. He's 50 out of 68, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
So. You know, this is up there with when people start over in relationships. You think you've changed, but you're going to do something that you did in that previous relationship. It's going to either ruin the relationship or this person really feels what you're doing. That's what it's going to be like for the transfer quarterback at Duke. Because due to the fact they can't work out that much together, how much has he changed from what he used to do when he was with Tulane? And the defense knows that from having team-on-team practice. They know all his mistakes. They know him better than he knows himself because they were his teammates. So how much has he changed? And knowing what he knows about the defense and the schemes that they show, it's going to show how the defense has grown. What have they changed? What can they disguise? And how much he can read a defense from the pre-snap. So all that's going to be paid attention to today in the communication, the verbal and non-verbal communication in that matchup. I still got the posse winning this. Give me Tulane.
Dude, this is I looked at the matchup predictor on this one. Tulane is 72.3% chance of winning to 27.7 to Duke in this ball game.
Right.
Their quarterback is Radzilov. He's only 31 out of 55 with 2 touchdowns, 277 yards. But Duke's got to worry about him also running the football because he's a running quarterback. In 3 games, he has 177 yards rushing. He's leading the team in rushing. He has 23 carries and 2 touchdowns as a runner, too. So he's got 4 total touchdowns combined. Duke's got to worry about him dual threat. The last 2 games they had that had pocket passers, didn't have to worry about a dual threat quarterback. Now they got a dual threat quarterback they got to worry about. How does Duke defensive line and their pass rusher control a running quarterback?
See, that's the thing. Tulane has the advantage on them defensively. There's only so much the quarterback can tell them about Tulane's defense. There's only so much that he knows from being a part of that team at one time that can help the defense in this game here. The rest, they have to coach up. You got to go on your own attributes, which you can do as a defense and as a team. We got to figure that out. I give the advantage to Tulane. If they continue to play their game, their defense has an easy job. They used to date that person. They know everything that person is going to do. That's the easy part. Going outside of what you are comfortable with, that's the learning curve for the transfer. That's the learning curve right there. Show us what you learned. How early you going to go into that bag on what you learned to go against your old team and be like, okay, I got you now. Now you have the defense on their toes. Now they like, hold on. We don't know what that is, coach. What should we do now? That's when you see everybody looking toward the sideline. That's when everybody lost, when they looking toward the sideline too much.
Yeah, and then Damien put up there saying that, so basically what you're saying is Tulane is Taylor Swift's relationship, LOL. Hey, I ain't put.
We've crossed a whole new barrier. We get a Swifty comment.
You know you got to get some kind of Swifty in there. So, but
we in a different atmosphere. We got a Swifty talking about us. We got a Swifty comment during the college football breakdown. That's different. I got to write that down.
So you taking Tulane?
Yeah. I'm taking the posse.
You know, I hate to do this, but I will take Duke in this one.
A Carolina fan?
I don't know why. But I would take Duke in
Carolina
this one.
fan taking a Duke. This
Yeah.
is incredible. This is
Yeah, it's going to snow tonight here in Florida.
I got to put this on the board for Monday's show. I got to write this on the board. We had a Swifty comment on the college football. Swifty made the board.
Yep. All right, let's move right along here. Aberdeen Christian at TCU. Who you got?
Give me them Horned Frogs.
We'll take the Horned Frogs also. Navy at Tulsa.
Give me my Navy, please. Proud Navy man.
Yeah, that's right. Me too. Served in the Navy for 20 years. Honorable service.
Look at you.
Now I'm 100% disabled.
I'm disabled too.
Akron at UAB. Who you got?
Give me UAB.
I'm taking UAB on this one. Air Force at Utah State. Who you got?
Give me Utah State, please.
I'm taking Utah State. I'm going to take Air Force. Southern at Fresno State. Who you got?
What Southern?
Just Southern?
Oh,
Southern University.
Southern University. Another Louisiana pick down on the yard. I'm gonna take Southern.
You gonna take Southern?
Yeah.
Ooh, you surprising. Minnesota at California. This game is on the ESPN. Who you taking?
I like the coach at Minnesota. Give me Minnesota.
You taking Minnesota? I'm gonna take California. This will be the second year Minnesota loses to an ACC team.
Mm-hmm.
Boston College at Stanford. Who you got?
I need Andrew Luck to take a little bit more time with this program. I believe Stanford can get back. I think Stanford need to change conference one more time, and get a true identity of what conference they want to be a part of. Until then, I cannot pick Stanford. No.
Taking Boston College?
Yeah, give me BC.
I'm taking BC too. Texas State at Arizona State. Who you got?
Give me Arizona State.
And this game is on TNT, True TV, and HBO and Max.
What? Why? What are they doing, man? Hold on. We had a college football game on the WB and HBO Max. Lord have mercy. Help us.
We got it on TNT, True TV, HBO, and Max.
And we got a game on the WB today. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Portland State
I may have to
Hawaii.
put out an email blast. I may have to go off. WB,
All right.
HBO, Max, TNT, True TV.
All right. Portland State at Hawaii. Who you got?
Give me the 808 in the building, baby. Hawaii, Shaka, bro.
Yep. Taking 808.
808.
That's all for the college picks that we have for this week. Oh, now we got to do Mondays too. We got to do Thursdays and Fridays next week. So you got Rice at Charlotte on Thursday night football. Who you got?
That game's in Charlotte too, right?
Yep.
I'm going to watch that game because I love seeing Charlotte on TV. Give me my 49ers, baby. Give me the Charlotte 49ers, baby.
I'm going to take Rice in this one. All right. I got Rice in this one. All right. The Friday matchup is Tulsa at Oklahoma State. Who you got?
Ooh, that's a good Friday night lights there. I like that. Tulsa likes to light up the board. Give me OK State.
I'm taking OK State too. Then the second game is Iowa at Rutgers. Who you got?
Ooh, good blue collar game there. Give me Iowa.
I'm taking Iowa too on that one. All right, my friend. That's all the college picks all the way up through Friday of next week. So now let's talk about a little bit of here, some stuff that came up in the college football news. Betting. College players are now betting on themselves. Let's talk about that here.
14 players in 6 schools that were caught?
That is correct, I believe. Let me make sure, my friend. I don't want to give you any wrong information.
There was 13 players in 6 schools. It was Eastern Michigan, Temple, Arizona State, New Orleans, North Carolina A&T, Mississippi Valley State. Yeah.
You're correct.
But here's the thing. Do you gamble at all, Ray?
No. I got into it yet.
They're saying that the prop bets is what's getting all these people in trouble. These crazy prop bets that people have, meaning you got $100 riding on a tight end to get 1 catch over 10 yards, or just weird intangibles that they're having. That's big. And then the other thing they're saying, when they're having these meetings with these gambling platforms, the wrong people are at the table hearing this shared data, and they're sharing that information with the wrong people. But then you got these super groups at Harvard that are putting these weird algorithms together to make these programs to kind of manipulate the system to help you win.
I look at it this way too. And you're talking about prop bets. There's one prop bet that what team is going to have a team to spit somebody in the face again. That's a prop bet.
Yeah, that one, and the adult toy that made surface in the WNBA, it has now made 2 college football games. That's a prop bet today.
As bad as they said the lecture slide was made for talking about a dildo.
It was. If you listen to the lyrics, that song would make, what did they just, grandma.
And you dancing to it. The funny thing is, it made it into a dance song. And
it's like Cotton Eye Joe. Where they you go there, Cotton Eye Joe. If you listen to what they talking about, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. It's a lot of songs people sing and dance to. They're not listening to the lyrics. They didn't read the lyrics.
Yeah, it's
what do you think with sports betting on the collegiate level? What should be done? Or what can be done?
I mean, you ain't gonna be able to police everybody. I mean, you gotta have a lot of policing to do for every team. You know, college player. These people just got called by
your email address, your phone number is getting you caught.
Yeah.
Well, you had the one kid from Nebraska, his parents were in on it, dressing him up in different disguises to go make the bets. When you come from a family like that, what am I supposed to do, Your Honor, if my parents were helping me commit these crimes? What LaJoy is supposed to do? Mom and dad think we about to get on a come up. I'm trying to be a collegiate quarterback and do things the right way, but my parents are helping me put on disguises to go in different places to make bets. And I get caught and I get punished, but nothing happens to my parents. Explain that to me, Your Honor.
Then you got something else, too, where people are talking about some of these college players are making bets on themselves, saying that, hey, I need to if I get 218 yards, or if I get 180 yards, I'm going to stop at 180 yards because I want that money. So I'm gonna not run the ball no more hard. I'm just gonna make sure I keep myself at 180.
This may sound crazy to people out there that gamble. We should have kept gambling to the bookies. We should have never legalized gambling.
No.
Sports gambling. We should have never done it. I miss going to the bookie, making that phone call, getting that phone call when you hit. Getting that drop off of the envelope. I miss days like that. Now you get the drop off electronically. There's no weird name. You don't get rude comments and conversations. The stench smell of the bookie's house. You don't get none of that. You get to gamble and make up voices as you're placing your bet. There's no fun in that.
And you get nobody knocking on your door and say, hey, you owe me this money or I'm going to break your fingers.
Right. You're not calling people asking, hey, can I hold something for a week? You don't get to make those phone calls no more. You don't get to be excited and nobody's know why you're excited. Now everybody knows when you won because you told everybody. You're placing your spreadsheet on the intertwines. Back in the day, you didn't share what you placed with the bookie. Now everybody knows your business. Would you like to share your betting props? No. I want a rude voice on the other end. I miss that.
So, I mean, you got college players betting on themselves. You got all this stuff. And then they banned Pete Rose for betting on games and stuff like that for life. And then he died. Now he's back. Now he can be put back on the Hall of Fame ballot because they reinstated him after he died so he can enjoy the Hall of Fame. So
it is up there with the way they legalized marijuana, but you got a guy in Louisiana that did 43 years for a dime bag. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. This sports gambling, it's not going to make sense to anybody until someone high up in the political form and their kid gets in trouble because of gambling. Then they're going to pay attention. Watch. When it affects one of them, then they're going to say, well, we need to do this. Just like what happened to FanDuel. All the changes that FanDuel made was because someone in the family was affected.
Yep.
You just can't place a bet anymore. There's hidden intangibles. If something happens in the game that's crazy that you're not responsible for, I just placed the bet. But now there's felonious numbers in this game. So we're just going to pull this off the board and give you your money back. Damn that. I had nothing to do with that. But because Vegas and the odds makers deem that there's some suspicious activity in this game, and you picked the game, but now they pull the game from you and give you your money back. No, man. No. I didn't sign up for that. No. They got to fix this before it get out of hand, right? And these are kids. We're not talking about the adults yet in the professional world that are doing just the dumbest, idiotic things ever as well, too. But on the collegiate side, there are kids right now in a dorm right now thinking that they've wrote the perfect program to manipulate the system and getting everybody involved. Hey, go place this bet today. This is can't win. This is a win-win situation.
And then Damian said, I blame baseball players. They started this.
Wasn't horse racing the first form of betting?
Yeah.
Back in the day? Whoever brought the phrase, well, hell, running numbers was the first lotto. Yep. We can go back to the beginning of the time to find out who is the one to blame for where we at now with gambling. But I never saw it would be this bad. In the way they were talking about gambling 10, 15 years ago to where we're at now, make it make sense, right?
And think about this. What do you think about New Mexico rushing for 298 yards, route sloppy UCLA by 25?
That's crazy. That's up there with Syracuse. When they won last week, coach said, hold on. I don't like the way y'all played. Wind sprints. Let's go. In uniform. That's the type of coaching we need. We won the game, but I ain't like the way y'all played. Let's go. We need more of that. Accountability.
Yeah, that, and then let's see what other news is popping up on college football. They say ACC referees are irate by handling replay.
Yeah, didn't someone quit because of that?
Yeah.
I think someone quit.
Yeah, right. ACC ref quit over handling of UConn.
They take too long to replays in college. And the communication from the on-field to the in-game commentators in the ear is horrible. They're not on the same page. I'm with that. The collegiate replays take way too long.
Yeah.
Way too long.
The referee name is Gary Patterson. He has served the ACC official for more than 2 decades.
Boy. You mean he at home with his wife today? Lord, help him.
Yeah, he ain't hitting that button. We got holding on the offense. He ain't doing that no more. They say Bama's running back Miller and defensive lineman Keenan likely to sit out for this game today.
How is the stadium coming along down there for the Jaguars? How's it coming?
It's coming. It's this year they putting the anchors down for the thing that's coming over the top of the stadium, the canopy area.
Okay.
That's going to cover the fans supposedly. It's supposed to be the same thing that they did at SoFi Field in California.
Okay.
That type deal. They got that going this year. Next year, they got the stadium's at capacity of 57,000 people this year. Next year, it's going to go down to 47,000. Only the lower deck is going to be filled with fans, not the upper deck, because they're going to be starting doing the upper deck next year.
So does the stadium open next season?
Yeah, it's open. They're going to do. The fans will be in the lower bowl, but this year is the last year of the Florida-Georgia game until the stadium reopens back up in 2028.
Okay.
26 season they'll be playing in Atlanta, and then the 27 season they're playing in Tampa.
Okay.
Raymond James Stadium.
Have they given the stadium a name yet?
It's going to be Everbank Field.
Okay. Gotcha.
They're going to keep the same name.
And the practice facility, is it in Jacksonville as well?
The practice facility, they used to have, they had one they call it Daly's Place. They used to have a flex field in the back for the indoor practice. They opened up the Miller Center on the other side of the stadium. So yeah, the practice facility and their training camps are in Jacksonville.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So they don't have to go like to another school and stuff like that. But this will be the first time in their history that they will either play at University of Florida or they're going to play it in Orlando. They haven't decided yet which one they're going to play at.
Okay.
So,
future looks bright down there in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, we won our first game against the Carolina Panthers.
Well, you both came in the league the same year, so that's bound to happen. Yeah. One team is growing better than the other one.
We'll see. We'll see Sunday because they go to Cincinnati and play Cincinnati Bengals Sunday.
The Bengals' offensive line is atrocious. Like, really, really bad.
You can talk about Jacksonville. Jacksonville D-line didn't really do much either. They only had like one sack.
I mean, Carolina played against themselves. I don't know what's going on with that football team.
Well, I tell you, what I looked at, Bryce Young, he can't see over the offensive line. Two of his passes, he had to jump up in the air to get it over the offensive line. So the pass wasn't very accurate. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he can't hit an open wide receiver, but if somebody's on him, he puts it through there and he completes it. Dude, this guy, he had Thomas. He had Thomas wide open, overthrows him, goes back and hits Trevor Hunter when somebody was like all over top of him.
I swear, man, I just want to say to some quarterbacks, I want to watch game film with a quarterback and just go to some plays. I just want to say, what did you see? Just help me understand. Why did you throw the ball right here?
Dude, the dude was wide open. He was behind. He had a step on the dude, and he overthrew him. But then when somebody's on the dude, he throws it and he completes it.
Oh, my God. I know it's early in the NFL. It's early. It's early in college football. But some of these plays these quarterbacks been making, I'm looking at the coach's reaction on the sideline like, the hell did you see? And then the team and the fans looking at the replay like, what the hell did you see? I mean,
I don't know. This one pass, though, he got into Travis Hunter, and the corner is in front of Travis Hunter, and he completes the ball to Travis Hunter through the corner.
The interception that he had, that one-hand interception, when Travis thought he had the ball, if you look at the replay, Travis does this and is still running, but there's no ball. I'm dying laughing on that replay.
Yeah. But I mean, the dude had Thomas wide open and overthrows the dude. But then, like I say, when somebody's guarding him, he gets the ball in there.
Some guys can perform that way. Some quarterbacks, they love, threading the needle, so to speak. But how they miss a wide open guy? I don't see a defender right there. You know he has the opposing jersey on.
And then one was Travis Hunter was behind somebody, and he underthrow him and gets picked off. So,
what time we got?
We got 11:52.
10:52 on my time.
Yeah, your time is 10:52. My time is 11:52.
Well, you're an hour ahead of me.
Yeah, see, we got high noon games. You got high 11 games.
It ain't 11 o'clock. I think we got one good. Is there it's one good game on 11 o'clock, I believe.
Hold on, let me look for you. You got the Clemson Georgia Tech game. You got Oregon Northwestern. You got Wisconsin at Alabama. That's your 12 o'clock games. You got Maryland. You got Nebraska at Houston Christian. You got Houston Christian at Nebraska. Central Michigan at Michigan. Oklahoma going to Temple. Well, they're going to Lincoln Field. So
I hate going to the grocery store on college football Saturday, but I gotta go. I gotta go to the grocery store.
Well, you gotta get your alcohol right.
No, I don't like drinking alone. I gotta get my food because I like to eat food watching college football. Stops me from yelling. And I get my liquor for the Florida game.
Let's see what this guy. See, Damien says, speaking of quarterbacks, can someone explain what is the definition of a generational talent? Because I don't see what everyone sees in Caleb and Arch.
In who? Caleb Williams?
Yeah, and Arch.
Arch is the name. Just the name and the way he throws the ball. You can put all three of them side by side, and you can see the same thing. Caleb, I don't know where that talk came from him. That's something that was created in college because Caleb can only cook when there's no pressure. He's been sacked going into that game the other night 68 times because he holds the ball over 5 seconds. You can't do that in the NFL. That's a no-no. It's like putting your hands in your pocket talking to a grown person. You're not supposed to do that. Not supposed to do that. So those habits that Caleb Williams has, he needs to snap that real fast, real quick. The Arch Manning thing, the Ohio State exposed something nobody saw coming. What their defense can do. Now, old Coach Sark, him and Lincoln Riley got a lot of stuff to prove people. You said you can do these things. When are you going to do what you said you can do? What?
Yeah, the definition for a generational talent is an individual with extraordinary, rare, impactful abilities that significantly alters their field set and new standards of excellence, often with a unique combination of physical gift, instincts, and technical skills. These individuals appears once in a generation, becoming a cultural icon who are widely recognized and served as a benchmark against which future talents are measured. That's the definition of a generational talent.
Well, they definitely, neither one of those have those.
And the characteristic of a thing is rare unicorn traits. What the fuck?
The ability to keep designs on your fingernails the whole game. I don't know how he does that.
They possess a unique combination of physical tools, technical skills, and mental instincts that are nearly impossible to like Michael Jordan's dunks and stuff like that, or Brady's, some of the stuff he does to come back and stuff. That's generational talent, but they weren't even classified as generational talent. They just game one.
No.
Game-changing impact. Their presence focuses opponents to adapt their strategies and often changes how the sport itself is played.
We need to let these athletes develop in who they are instead of trying to predetermine who they are. We do it with everybody. Everybody's a former athlete that did anything we deemed is good in their prospective sport. When we find out they have a kid we automatically assume that they're going to be good, or we say, well, if they're at least good as their daddy or halfway as good, that's good for them. And then when they try to go away from there, hint, Bo Nix leaving Auburn to get his own story going, his own narrative, they're seeing a different Bo Nix than what was at Auburn because they kept thinking of his daddy.
Yep.
And we do that with athletes now. I don't know who the comparison is with Caleb Williams. I've never known a quarterback to do the things he does. Never. Arch Manning is more about the name. More about the name than actually paying attention to what he's bringing to the gridiron.
See, to me, Caleb can't handle the pressure. That's the problem. He holds the ball too long. He doesn't see his true vision. He doesn't anticipate like normal quarterbacks, like Drew Brees and all them
you got to get rid of that thing.
And Peyton Manning. They all had the concept of quick release, when they get it, how to get the receiver. When sometimes the receivers even come open, the ball's already there.
You got to have that. Mark Duper used to talk about that in the days of Dan Marino down in Miami. How you and your quarterback got to be on a different type of communication level when you can turn and the ball is there.
Yep.
Like they ran a true button hook. Miami did. The true button hook, you don't turn waiting on the ball. As soon as you turn, that ball is right there. Dan Marino pulled that off with perfection.
Him and Clayton and Duper.
Yep.
It didn't matter what receiver you do it to on them. They both knew when it was coming.
When people know how to do their job and do their job well and execute it, you don't hear many problems.
Yeah,
you don't hear conversation and talk what Tyreek Hill is doing. You haven't caught a pass over 30 yards in 2 years. You had more kids than touchdowns, but you want to trade.
Yeah.
Man, please.
Clayton used to say they were doing a 10-yard button hook at the 5-yard line. He started counting 6 Mississippi. By the time 6 Mississippi about to turn around,
that thing
because
coming.
the ball was already there.
That thing is coming.
All right, man. So we got 1 minute here. It's been a great show. Getting back into the swing of things. We should have more graphics a little bit part of next week. As we add it on, I'm trying to get back in my groove of things of getting stuff put back together for the show. Dre, thanks for being on today. And what's your post-game show? You doing a post-game show after all the
it's called Iceberg Cooler Concepts presents 6-Pack Saturday. These are the 6 games I will be paying attention to today for the show. I'm paying attention to the Clemson, Georgia Tech, UGA, Tennessee, South Florida, Miami, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Florida, LSU, Texas A&M, and Notre Dame. So I'll be doing a show on that immediately following the last game, breaking down those 6 games. My first time ever doing a college football game post-game show.
There you go, man. Good luck. Where can they see that show? On your Facebook and all that?
Yeah, it's going to be on Facebook, YouTube, and IG and TikTok.
Okay. Well, we got to get everything going on. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for having us. We hope you have a good game day. And whoever your team is, besides the Gators, because we know the little Gators are coming.
Good luck to all college football fans today.
We know the Tar Heels probably going to win because they're playing to nobody. And what is Duke going to do? That's
M-I-Z. Z-O-U. Go Mizzou. Go Illinois. Right. Let's go.
Well, All Sports, All Plays Network, and All Sports, All Plays College Breakdown. I'm Ray. That is Drake. We see you later. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. Go college football. Appreciate it.